Well, there goes the Daverhood. I was going to say good morning, everybody. Good evening, everybody. Yeah, we're here. It's 10 o'clock in the evening in the Daverhood on the very last day, the very last 2 hours of 2025. And I'm Dave Lefkowitz, and I'm here live joining you with my darling and adorable and wonderful wife for our annual New Year's spectacular extravaganza. Look, we have a big catch-up. Huh? How's that for busting the budget? We have all these very, very special hats that I can wear because, hats is funny just by their very nature. Here, look. Funny, hat, head, me. And even more hats. I even have a crown I can put on. Some fun New Year's stuff. Plumbus is with us. And a very special friend from the past. Potato. But a very different potato from the usual potatoes that we have. Isn't it adorable?
You have a pepito.
And we have, Pepito's right here. But he's baby New Year. So we're going to hold off on him for a bit. Because we're ending the year 2025 and beginning the year 2026. We're going to be here for the next 2 hours. I don't know, are we dropping the plumbus? What is our...
We're going to drop the plumbus and baby potato will rise. Look at the Dick Van Dyke one. Go.
We also have...
See if we'll play any music.
Oh, that's right. Well, did this work? I don't think the pulley thing...
He made a guttural groaning sound at one point.
We got this in a garage sale.
What is it? What is it on the back? Fix his tie.
Wait, hold on. This was on a garage... Oh, God. We got this in a garage sale years ago when we were living on Long Island, which is where I am at the moment visiting my mom. But appropriate for the year, since Dick Van Dyke just turned 100 years old a few days ago. So we long ago found this... I guess he's from, is it Chitty Chitty Bang Bang or the other one?
I don't think it's anything.
Mary Poppins, maybe. Probably Poppins. An official Dick Van Dyke doll with some stuffing coming out of his foot, so it's properly bandaged. It does have, even though it doesn't really work, a pull thing. Apparently it spoke. This will be, hold on.
Did you sneeze? Oh, God. Put his head up, David. There we go.
When Dick Van Dyke actually finally does die, he's going to go like this, and he'll make this noise. That's his death rattle right there.
Like a foofy.
But anyway, yes, Dick Van Dyke is with us. So if you like to spend New Year's looking at a little Dick, we've got one.
Give him a little.
Okay, we got a Happy New Year hat
for
Dick Van Dyke right there. But you know what? We have to get to our first guest.
Because he's not going to get hurt.
Well, yeah, I want him to get further hurt. But where did she go? She had logged in, and now she's not here. So no, please come back, our first guest, because it's not just going to be me and the wonderful wife, although we can certainly fill 2 hours of joy. The two of us. But we have a bunch of guests, a lot of friends of the Daverhood who have been with us in times gone by and are joining us for just a few minutes to celebrate the year. Now I'm going to go in and mail her and ask her to come back. Come on. Where is she? I don't know any of my real glasses. Oh, no, here she comes. Ladies and gentlemen, fingers crossed, because sometimes we have technical issues, because she's coming from New York City, which should have the greatest internet in the world, but she's joining us. We've got words. I don't know if we'll have picture, but we should have words and audio from our longtime great theater critic friend, Leslie Hoban Blake. Yes! Oh, my God!
Hi.
Looking terrific, too.
Wait. I just put on my light, and that was a bad, stupid thing to do. Hang on.
No. It worked. It's like it settle and get the pixels together.
And that's about it. That's it, pixel-wise. That's all I've got.
So, Leslie, hello.
Happy
Were
New
you
Year.
out and about this evening, or are you just dressed for the
Happy
show?
New Year. No, it's not a night I want to go out. I haven't gone out on this night for years. I used to love working. That's why I like coming on your show. I used to love working on New Year's Eve because it meant I didn't have to worry about going out. And I just don't like the crowds. And
Sure.
my next door neighbor and I are going to have a
Oh,
sort of a New Year's Day thing tomorrow. And we may not leave the building. I mean, it's just,
why? People always have this feeling, this thing of like have to go out New Year's Eve, have to meet people, have to,
So when you're 25 or even 40, it's like that. It's
not
not
when
so
you're.
good.
But Leslie, looking fabulous. Was it? How was the year? I know politically, in a lot of ways, for everybody, it was a horrible year. But was
So
your year
the
horrible?
year sucked. I can't wait to see its ass. I am tired of it. I
Oh
want it
man.
over.
But personally, I mean,
Anyway,
you seem very healthy and happy. So was
oh,
there a
it's all makeup.
personally?
It's makeup. It's tons and tons of makeup. Look at my hand color versus my face
Oh,
color.
fair enough. Fair. So let me throw this on you, Leslie Hoban Blake, by the way, who is, I should mention, the co-host of Two on the Aisle with our great
Indeed,
friend Charlie Gross, who will also be on the show in a
indeed.
while. It's a theater review show that you can watch on YouTube and
Sorry, put
also.
us on TikTok this year. Did you know that?
Ooh,
I find that very amusing that anybody would turn to TikTok to watch a theater review. But okay,
okay,
if that's
wherever.
the way it is, so be it. A
Yeah,
peak isn't.
that's where the kids are. But what was the best thing that happened to you this year?
Oh, I threw a surprise birthday party for my son that was actually a surprise. He was really surprised. His best friend from second, third grade came. His other two best friends, one was in Hawaii and wasn't able to make it. One was in New Zealand and wasn't able to make it. But they sent videos, and
Yeah.
we went out, and it was fabulous. We all had it.
Oh,
He thought it was our Thanksgiving dinner early, and instead it was his birthday party. So that was my best thing this year.
that's wonderful. Because
That
one of
was
our
November, just
no,
so
one
you
of
know.
my wife and my best memories of New York in recent times was going to the birthday party of yours
Oh yeah.
that you
Oh,
invited us to over at, I
oh
guess it was
well,
the West Bank Cafe. And
that was a one-off. I think. I don't think I'm ever going to try to do that again. First of all, a lot of those people aren't with us anymore, so But
uh,
I did have some memorable theater this year. If you want to do a little
yeah, yeah, for
of that kind of chat.
like 2 minutes. Yeah. What were the two or three best shows
Okay, I've
off
got
or
six.
on Broadway?
I've
Yeah,
got six out of the year.
go.
I mean, I'm talking about from January to now.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I've got six that I thought were great, and then I'll tell you my two best. And I only saw one of those last night.
Oh my gosh. Tell me, tell me,
So
tell me.
I well, I'm going to do it backwards, but I'll tell you.
Right.
Okay, so I'm going chronologically. Mexodus off Broadway was astonishing. I don't know if you got. You came in to see some stuff, right?
Oh, yeah, but very, very little. I did not
Okay,
see
Mexodus was
Exodus.
off Broadway. It was about the kind of escaped slaves who went south instead of north. They went down to Mexico,
Mm,
and it was a fascinating story. Something I didn't know, and at my age, to be told something I didn't know is fascinating to me. I love it. I want more. And the guys who did it were wonderful. I can't think of their names.
okay.
Then we get to October, and my favorite musical of all time, maybe, in a most wonderful production, Ragtime. Ragtime, ragtime, ragtime. I could talk ragtime for 10 hours. I
Wow.
love that show so much. And it's a
Okay.
brilliant production. By the way, did I say Happy New Year? Because
Oh,
by the way, this is lemon soda. I'm ending the year not drinking.
okay.
I went to a bottomless brunch in November and I had a small accident and I thought, I'm gonna try not drinking and we'll see what happens. Soda's quite
L'chaim.
lovely.
L'chaim, Leslie. There we go.
L'chaim, David. L'chaim, Joyce. Anyway, then I saw in November, I saw the Broadway run of Liberation.
Oh, yeah.
Liberation. I can
Yeah.
make a song
I
out of
saw
that.
that one off Broadway. I liked it quite a bit.
Yes, well,
So,
it's just as good, if not deeper and richer, on Broadway. Maybe because I've seen it before. I'm not sure. Same cast, to the best of my knowledge. Lovely production. And in the same month, off Broadway, I got to see Baker's Wife, which I'd never seen,
yeah.
which was a little marshmallow of a treat, just a lemon meringue pie.
Yeah.
It was just the perfect thing to
Yeah.
go see. Starring of all people, Ariana DeBose, and are you ready for this? Captain, whatever his name was from Star Trek.
No,
William
not
Shatner?
Picard.
Scott Bakula. No, Scott
Oh,
Bakula.
yeah, well, I believe that
That
completely.
is Star Trek, right? He
Yeah,
was Star Trek, right? I think.
yeah.
No, it
Well,
wasn't
no,
Star
he's
Trek.
also something. He's done a bunch of things. Yes,
It
or
was one of the ones that came. Anyway,
yeah,
Just be
Scott Bakula,
yeah.
and it was lovely. I knew the story. It's one of those plays that never quite worked, and they got it working, and I've never seen it before. And then my last two in December, and I saw Richard II with Michael Urie, and I thought, best, best, certainly best of Michael Urie. And I saw, and then last night at the 11th hour,
Yeah.
literally, I saw Oedipus.
Oh,
Knocked my freaking socks off.
wow.
Just I didn't realize that it was a new script. I mean, I try not to read other people's reviews before I see
yeah.
something. So I just thought that it was an updated version, meaning they put on modern clothes. Well, it's a totally rewritten script by Robert Icke, who also did the direction, who did that Hamlet at the Armory. And it
Wow.
just, it's Mark Strong, I think that's his last name, Mark Strong and Leslie Manville, whom I adore. And only I've never seen her live before. I've only seen her on TV and in the movies. And she as Jocasta and he as Oedipus in as I say, a brand new script
Yeah.
that I mean, you know what's going to happen. I
Well,
have a
yeah.
little
Well, yeah.
pin. I have a little pin, and I'm going to get us thrown off the air. But the pin says, "Truth is a motherfucker,"
You
which
won't
is
get
the
us thrown off the
funniest
air,
line.
but yeah.
It's the funniest line you can think of, and it also, as somebody did say, well, I'm not going to give away the plot, but
But there you go. That's a father killer too, I guess you could say. But yeah. Oh, so and Oedipus is on Broadway now. If people want to see it, so is
it's on
Liberation.
Broadway now, and I don't know. It's a limited run, but you know what those things are. They can be extended sometimes, so
Mm.
we
All
shall
right.
see. But
Well,
those are my six. I couldn't bring it down to any more than if I
that's
had to give you two, I would give you Ragtime, and it's a tie between Liberation and Oedipus, both of which are running.
well. We are so thrilled that Leslie Hoban Blake is still running with us, still doing
Running.
how Two on the Island is still bi-weekly, right? It's every other week.
We try. What
Yeah.
we're doing now, we've got a new set. We're not going into the studio at this time. Charlie has a full-time job, and it's a really
Yeah.
serious, heavy-duty job. So we sort of do a catch as catch can when we both have the time, and so we're doing one-offs. We're just
Oh,
doing
yeah.
the edited versions of which would become a show, but we're not going to the studio, so we're not broadcasting. But we are on YouTube and we are on, as I said, TikTok. So the singles are there if anybody wants to watch them under the name Two on the Aisle on YouTube or
Yeah.
TikTok. And we're up to date pretty much. We just did our Richard II. It had just closed, but we just did it. I
Yeah.
saw the last performance. So,
Cool.
or the last day of performances, I got to
Well,
see it. But
TikTok, yeah, our time
go ahead.
is running low on Leslie Van Blake. But my gosh, it is so great to see you so vibrant, so happy, so full of
Oh,
theater.
well, thank you. Where is
Um,
Joyce? Is she off camera?
Joyce likes to be in
I know.
always in the wings.
Joyce, hello.
Hey, Leslie, you look great.
Oh,
You
bless
really,
your
really
heart.
do,
It
and you
took
sound great.
hours. It took all day.
Well,
That's how I
Leslie,
spent the day.
most happy and healthy New Year to you,
To you too.
and we'll see you
You know I
soon.
follow you. You do know I watch the show. I'm not on Facebook, but I do watch you on YouTube. So
Yeah. Well,
I'm pretty
thank
much
you
up
very
to
much,
date.
Liz,
Good to
and
see you. Good to be back. Take care, dear.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Okay, right. Oh, it's been a while since I've got. Can you log out? No, I think I can let you go this way.
I don't know. I would have to go like this
Oh,
and
hold on.
see what happens.
Just by her name. Put in waiting room.
Yeah. Oh, I got it. I can leave. Bye.
Bye.
And I'm not going. That last
Okay.
guest.
Now she's in the waiting room.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
good.
can always put someone in the waiting room and fetch another person.
Which is what I'm going to do right now because we have my good friend. Speaking of theater people, it's Iris Dorbian
Oh, wow.
going to join us. Let's bring her in, as a matter of fact, because we have so many guests on the show. Iris is she had been a theater writer and theater journalist. Now she's more of a business journalist and an author. Iris, hello. How are you?
Hi, how you doing?
How are you doing? Happy almost New Year to you. Wow.
Happy almost 2026. Oh my God.
Just about an hour and a half or so.
You look,
Yeah.
Okay, oi to the world, and
Which
you're wearing a lei, a Jewish lei.
a Jewish lay. Oh yeah, it's a layla. If you might want to.
Layla.
Plus, it's got a Dr. Demento pin, an authentic Dr. Demento button on it. See, you see it there.
Show her Dick Van Dyke. She might like that.
Yeah, you might appreciate this.
Oh, Dick Van Dyke.
In a garage sale.
Oh,
It's
Show her the foot,
that is,
show her the foot,
that is amazing.
and show her the foot in the bag.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like
His foot
quality.
is not in the best shape, and he used to speak. It used to have a pull thing. God knows what it said, because this was probably from Mary Poppins. Like, oi, I'm going up your chimney. No, he's not. Doesn't really say anything at this point, but there he
Sounds
is.
like a Roomba.
This is the best thing ever. But isn't that great? How are you, Iris?
Okay,
Uh-oh.
I'm doing all right. It's 10:15, which means it's past my bedtime
Oh,
because I start to wilt around now. But then again, it's New Year's Eve, so I have to stay up and
well, also
just
you have to get up at like 3 o'clock in the morning because you start writing about foreign. No, right? Am I wrong about this?
No, I actually for work I get up early. I get up like 6:30ish,
Oh,
whatever. And then I start going through the wires, like I get ready and then I start going through the wires about like 7. And then and I look for, I know this is not fascinating, private equity
yeah.
deals, I know exactly, which I
Yeah.
could write briefs for. And I do that for like about an hour or so. And then it gets aggregated for that newsletter. And then after that's done, then I start like working on stories, like regular features and fascinating stuff like
And
that.
well, where can we read your fascinating stuff? Yeah.
PE Hub,
What is it? What hub?
called PE Hub.
PE Hub. Okay.
PE Hub, yeah.
But more
Yeah, I know.
importantly, but aside from the business stuff, that is not unimportant. It pays your bills. But you also have won a bunch of awards this year
Small
for other
press
ones.
award. Yeah. I had the third edition of a novel that I wrote which was published in 2017 called Epiphany and Lilacs, which is a coming of age story that loosely inspired by my father's experiences as a Holocaust survivor living in a DP camp in Germany after the war. The third edition was republished in July with a new publisher, and it featured a new polished edit, a new cover, really nice cover, and an updated preface. So, and that got some attention. Let me see. I did get some awards, some citations.
I got an award or two. They're on my shelf
Some
with a
small
spotlight on them.
and a frame. Yes, I did. So that's yes, and and also I got into some major Holocaust museums and libraries. I was really happy about that, and I participated in the New York Jewish Book Festival at the Museum of Jewish Heritage, where I spoke on a panel on Holocaust fiction.
Oh,
But that was really nice. It was really nice being there in the
and by the way,
museum.
thank you. We're about 15, 20 minutes into the show. Thank you for reminding everybody that we're Jewish, and you brought up the Holocaust because Jewish people in a room at some point you have to. It's like, it's been 10 minutes we've been talking. I haven't brought up the Holocaust yet. But
It has to be. It's Stevie Gore. You have to. You have to.
hey, is anything more happening? You also got some awards or nominations for your most recent novel, the one about the rock star raising this
Oh,
kid. That was very good. I enjoyed that.
no, but I'm still remembering that one. No, that I have because I've been focused on this one,
Sure,
and
sure.
pushing this, but no, but anyway, with this, also one thing more with an Epiphany and Lilacs is
Yeah.
that I was told a couple of days after the festival that it's currently in production with my publisher's audiobook partner. So it's probably going to come out as an audiobook sometime in the spring. And they asked me for a list of words that could be problematic, like for the voiceover actor, to speak. So
Yeah.
I used AI to help me spell it out phonetically. one of the good uses of
Oh,
AI.
so it wasn't words probably to pronounce, not problem.
No,
Yeah,
no, yeah.
no, I thought it'd be used
To
pronounce.
pronounce.
Zyklon B. Zyklon B is okay.
Not like zeitgeist or something.
Bergen Belson. Okay.
Yeah, but that's so that's but that, and and then I have this other old manuscript. I finished editing it like in the spring, and then I sent it around, and then I got kind of derailed with an Epiphany in Lilacs. But this was the one I mentioned last year that I was working on. It's about a rock star, a legend, who has a psychological and professional reckoning after experiencing a near assassination attempt, loosely inspired by John Lennon. Loosely, except he's not nearly as dark as John Lennon.
Oh, so this manuscript is now it's ready.
It's ready, and I started sending it around, so we'll see. I hope it gets picked up, because it was so much fun, and it was so much fun to write, and it's just I incorporated that my bitchiness is very bitchy and gossipy, So anyway, so that's that, and this past year, because you like to find out highlights, I did travel. I went to Portugal.
And did you love it? Was it okay? How was it?
I went because everybody was going, and I thought, let me check it out, whatever. And it was great. I went to Lisbon and Porto. Beautiful. Really nice people too. Great food. It's food that should be the way food should be, pure, without preservatives and non-processed. So it was really quite nice. And let me see what else. I did see a little bit of theater. I saw the controversial satirical Slam Frank. I don't know if you saw that.
Not in Portugal. You saw that off Broadway. Okay, got it.
I didn't see it in Portugal.
They're not doing that there.
I didn't see it in Portugal.
That'd be it'd be funny if you saw it in Holland. In a little attic space that they
That would be hilarious. So I don't know.
So how was it? It was controversial because it was a very wild take on
It was really quite insane. I was, yes. You're not supposed to review it because it was still in development. And in fact, the author comes out right before, and he reminds the press there, it's in development. Basically, don't review it. So, oh my God. Well, that the author was skewering, the woke act politics that tries to portray Anne Frank as a product of white privilege. You've heard about this, right?
Yeah. Yes, I've heard about it. Yeah.
The insanity. So it's very clever in that he clearly is skewering, the extremism of woke politics, but also the extremism on the whole issue with Israel from both sides. And some of it is really very funny, and some of it is so baffling. Like there's this one part, it's spoiler alert, where suddenly Anne Frank, who is Latina, by the way, she chooses to be Latina. Yeah. She and her gay father and Black Caribbean mother, and everyone in the attic, they become Mexican. And I really did not understand about that transition. How did that happen? And then there's also this number with Hasidic Jews, like with it's so crazy. It's so crazy. You feel like you're on LSD, watching it. But there's some parts that were really very, very funny, and some parts you're like, what?
That's right. It's in development. It'd be funny if they got rid of the funny parts because they were just still too commercial and accessible. I said, no, we're just going for the LSD parts, and let's make it really insane. But It's been fun and not quite insane, but delightful chat here with Iris Dorbian. Do you have a website? Is there a place where people can just follow your work and where they can buy your books and all these things? Is there?
I do have a website, Iris Dorbian, at .com, and also they could find me on Amazon. I have just Google me, Iris Dorbian, Amazon.
Iris Dorbian, Amazon.
Or irisdorbian.com. I have a website too. So,
well, Iris, much more writing success with that upcoming manuscript about the rock star.
Oh, yes.
Read it.
Yes.
And health, of course, and good things to you in 2026.
Likewise. Happy New Year.
Yeah. Happier than the old one. I hope so. See you soon. Bye-bye. Okay, and we have another guest to admit. I think I know who this is.
Oh, you never gave the itinerary. Who is it?
Oh, one.
You changed their name, honey. You changed their name.
Well, the name is. Oh, look who's here! Look who's here! My God! Wait! Don't start whistling yet. You've got to unmute your mic for us to hear. There we go.
Can you send me the link that to not by messenger, but by another means, because I wanted to sign in on my laptop, not my phone.
Oh, well, the thing is, by the time we do that, then whatever, we're going to run out of time. So here you are on your phone, and it's fine, and we see you and we hear you. Let's, next year, we'll put you on computer properly, and I'll send you the link. You'll give me an email address that I can have for you. But for now, how are you? This is, of course, the one, the only, the whistling Steve Herbst. Steve, how was your 2025?
Not bad. I continue to work, with my day job, and
cool.
I'm going to be singing in Lincoln Center at Alice Tully Hall on January 10th with my Glee Club, the University Glee Club of New York City.
Yeah.
Our guests will be the Yale University Glee Club.
Wow. There's no rivalry? You New Yorkers get along with those Yaley types?
Well, there's more of a rivalry between my undergraduate Glee Club, which was the University of Pennsylvania Glee Club.
Oh, who knew? Who knew? So, do you remember your very first day singing with Glee Club when you were, however, yay big?
Yes.
What was it like? Were you scared? Was it the most exciting?
Here's the story.
Yeah.
When I was 7 years old and in third grade at a public school in Queens, New York, there were 1,200 students, eighth graders through kindergarten, and this teacher that everybody was scared of was leading the assembly singing something. And she was standing in front of the assembly conducting 1,200 students, and she starts walking up the aisle slowly, and she stops the whole assembly. And then she has everybody start up again, and she's walking up the aisle slowly. Now, the eighth graders sat in the front. Then it was 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 kindergarten, and we had polio kids in those days sitting behind us.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
And she stops the whole assembly again when she was about halfway up the aisle. So she was probably like around the fifth graders, maybe sixth graders.
Right.
And she stops the whole assembly again, and she points at me, and I was sitting in the middle of a row. She says, "You, stand up." I'm like, what did I do? So I stood up. She said, "Go to the front of the assembly." So I inched out of the row, and I walk down the aisle, and I go to the front of the assembly. I'm now looking at 1,200 students.
Yeah.
And she says, "Get up on the stage."
Okay.
I got up on the stage. She says, "You sing it." And I sang the song by myself. And from then on, I was the chief soloist of every chorus and glee club I've ever been a member of, including being president of my high school chorus. I was in the Hackley Glee Club, University of Pennsylvania Glee Club for 4 years. And I've been a member of the University Glee Club of New York City now for 47 years.
That's a great. I mean, you kind of sense that the story was going to a happy place, and it certainly did. That's so, and was she terrifying the whole time, or once she did that to you, you were like, well, she's
Well,
tough, but she's great.
well, I was certainly terrified, you know, but when the audience, all 1,200 kids applauded me,
Oh,
and the teachers and what have you, and like I said, from then on, even I was 7 years old. I was
well,
the chief
if you were
chief
seven,
soldier.
it would have been that would have been second grade, maybe, or
I was a year ahead in school. I was in
okay,
third grade.
very great, cool. Now, let me ask you before, because we have so many guests on this episode of the show. You usually do prepare a couple of jokes and then
Hmm.
take us out on some whistling. So let's make sure we have time for both. You got a
Okay,
joke or two for me?
sure. How much does Santa pay to park his sleigh?
I don't know.
Nothing. It's on the house.
That's very good. Got one more?
Yeah. Do you know what you call people who are afraid of Santa?
No.
Claustrophobic.
And do you have one more? I don't want to but if you have one more, I'll take it.
Uh, yeah. Did you hear about this 92-year-old woman who decided it was time to move into senior living?
No.
And she lived in a house that she had inherited from her father, who had inherited it from her grandfather. She had lived there all her life. The basement was wall to wall, floor to ceiling, was stuff that had been accumulated by her father and grandfather. She didn't even know what was down there. But she decided if she was going to go into assisted senior living, she needed to sell the house. And if she was going to sell the house, she needed to get rid of all this junk that was in the basement.
Right.
So she got a guy to help move everything out of the basement and, spread it out for a yard sale. And then she notices for the first time, there was a brass lantern on top of a pile covered with dust. And she rubs the lantern. Now, you know what happened, right?
Well, a genie pops out.
A genie pops out of the lantern. And he says, "My lady, you have freed me from the lantern where I have been trapped for decades. And in appreciation, I will grant you 3 wishes. What is your first wish, my lady?" And she says, "I've never felt I had enough money to last me for the rest of my life." All the junk that's been spread out for the yard sale disappears and is replaced with stacks of cash. She says, "Wow, you really can do that?" He says, "Yes, of course, my lady. And your second wish?" She said, "Well, now that I know that you're able to grant wishes, I'd like to be young and beautiful again with a nice, firm body, nice, firm, you know,
Yeah.
and long blonde, silky hair." All of a sudden, she is svelte. She's firm. She's got long, silky blonde hair. She says, "Wow, you really know how to do this." "Yes, my lady. And your third wish?" She says, "Well, now that I look like this, I'd like to have a handsome young man that would love me for the rest of my life." The cat that had been curled up sitting next to her disappears and is replaced by a handsome young man who is kissing her neck and whispers in her ear, "Aren't you sorry you had me fixed?"
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Steve Herbst, whom we know from his jokes and from his Glee Club singing, but what we first knew him for, and what you'll take us out on, I hope, is just a little bit of some New Year's Eve whistling. Steve, go for it.
Okay.
It's
You don't hear me?
yeah, Steve. I have original sound from musicians on Zoom, and I'm just it's just silent blowing, which can be fun in other circumstances, but not when I'm trying to hear some music. See, you push a
There's a
button.
way, I'm looking to see if there's a way to do it on the phone.
Give it one more quick whirl, because then I also have to bring in somebody new to the Daverhood. Give it one more try.
I can't hear.
And he's not. He's first diddling with some buttons here. So, Steve, any luck?
I don't know.
All right, try again. Try.
No.
No, sorry, man. We'll hear it in our dreams, Steve. I wish, but you know what? It's more important that we got to see you, that we got to wish you a very happy New Year. We got to hear your jokes and your great story, and that you're looking good, you're sounding good. We wish you a very, very happy and healthy 2026.
Well, happy New Year to you and whoever that is there's with you.
My wife. Yeah.
Mrs. Lefkowitz. You know, I'm sorry you didn't get to hear my rendition of Old Lang Syne.
Oh, well, next year, a new Lang Syne. And thank you again, Steve. We'll see you soon, man. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye.
Well, we're here in the Daverhood with our Daverhood New Year. We have so many wonderful guests to come. All these people have been in the Daverhood before.
3 or 4 so far.
Yeah. Well, we're parceling them out. There's so far everything's rolling, which is really. Usually the things start to go to hell somewhere between our second and third hour. But for now, we're in good shape because we're admitting to the Daverhood. Wait, no, yeah, there we go. We have our beloved Eva Heinemann joining us in the Daverhood. She is a theater critic. She is the host of the long-running theater review program High Drama, which you can watch on Facebook as well as Manhattan Neighborhood Network as well as YouTube. But we got to get her face and voice on the screen. Okay, she's unmuted.
Where's the video to let me?
Just click on her 3 dots and ask for to show video.
All right, hold on.
See the blue part right there?
Yeah, I don't see it.
Hold on.
Yeah.
This might help. Ask to start video.
Yeah, there you go.
That might try it.
Oh, there. Okay, good.
Thank you, honey. Thank you.
There.
Hello, Eva.
I'm at somebody's house. I'm at a New Year's Eve party, so
Yay!
I've interrupted the festivities to join your festivities.
Yay, Eva. Well, you're always festive. And every time I've known you for years and years and years, whether you're talking about theater, which is what we mostly do, or any other time, you're really, really great. Eva, a longtime friend, she credits me or blames me for becoming a theater critic herself.
Absolutely.
Now, yeah, how many shows do you see a year generally these days?
About 300, I'd say, probably more.
So that's really like 5 or 6 a week. Like you just nonstop going.
Yeah, actually, I see more than I see. I saw a play tonight. I mean, I'm really bad.
Well, then it remains for me to ask you, of course, what are the 2 or 3 best shows that you saw this year, on or off Broadway?
Well, I was thinking about that, and I love theater companies. I like. There's this theater company from Baltimore called Happenstance, and I just love them. They're just crazy and quirky, and they do fun stuff with historical stuff, which Rajiv Joseph does too. He did this brilliant play called Archduke, because we always hear about World War I, the Archduke was assassinated. But What about the guy that assassinated him? What do we know about that? So he made up this story about these kids that had tuberculosis, and all they cared about was getting a really good sandwich. And this general got them to do his bidding by promising them a good sandwich and having sex finally before they died of tuberculosis. I mean, it was the craziest. It was a funny.
Remember playwrights used to write Death of a Salesman? Remember Crucible? Now it's like, yes, you guys can have sex after a sandwich, and it's a play. Oh, and kill the Archduke.
I know, that's just it. It was actually kind of endearing.
Yeah. So, what's another show or theater company that you really are into?
Oh, New Light Project. They have yet to disappoint me.
Ooh,
and they do different because they collaborate with a lot of people, so they're always different. And I wanted to mention David Kale, because I'm not a big one-person show, and this was in Brooklyn, but he did this amazing thing called Blue Cowboy, and it was just, it's one of these wonderful stories that goes along, and then has this incredible hook at the end with just one line, and you're a puddle.
Oh my.
It's like maybe a happy ending, when he does this thing at the end that just turns you into a puddle. Yeah. I love hooks that turn you into a puddle.
Well, there's a joke in there. I'm too tired to even make it, but there's some kind of really disgusting, dirty joke. I know. No, I won't. I won't. In honor of you, Eva Heinemann. By the way, you seem great and happy. You had your knees or hips done
1 year ago? Yeah.
What was it this year, or was it already back in 24?
24 in December. I missed all of Hanukkah, Christmas, New Year's last year.
Wow. So you're fine now. I mean, you're dancing, you're jigging, you're running down the road.
Dancing at Simchas Torah. I could dance at Simchas Torah.
There we go.
I'm doing the horror.
So what was that?
That I can horror.
Well, let's not turn this into a horror movie. But what was, besides theater, the most fun, interesting, exciting thing you did in 2026? 2025. Excuse me.
Oh my gosh, I don't know. I did go to the movies yesterday, which is because I'm always at the theater. I took a break and I went to the movies. I saw Marty Supreme. And then I snuck into SpongeBob SquarePants.
Oh, how is forget Marty Supreme. How's the SpongeBob movie?
My God, I love SpongeBob. Don't you love SpongeBob?
Well, I love Patrick, but yes, they're great. I've seen the first SpongeBob movie. How is the new one comparatively?
Oh, no. They're wonderful. They're so funny. And I had no idea that the bad guy was Mark Hamill. So when I saw the credits at the end, I'm like, the Flying Dutchman, that evil guy, that was Mark Hamill. It was, I needed something light after Marty Supreme.
Okay, all right.
I love Timothée Chalamet. I mean, I've known him since he did theater, and when he's 23 years old in Prodigal Son, I just thought, this is the most brilliant actor. I mean, I haven't felt that way since I saw Tom Conti for the first time. Oh. There are certain actors you just see the first time ever, and you're like, I'm following you for the rest of your life.
Wow. So, if people want to follow Eva Heinemann, how do they find and watch your show, High Drama?
Well, if you live in Manhattan, you can see on public access. But, that's not very... It's easier to see me on YouTube. You go to Eva Heinemann, High Drama. Make sure you say High Drama or you will get a Japanese anime. I am a Japanese anime in Monster.
There's another Eva Heinemann. If you Google Eva Heinemann with two N's on the end, even with two N's on the end of her last name, you still get this Japanese, pale girl with the straw hair. It's like, you can't find this woman. This is what you want. Oh, there you go.
With straw hair, so it's someone who saw me in the future. It's my future me as a cartoon.
Well,
I'm also on Twitter. I'm on X. I'm on Blue Sky, and I'm on Facebook.
Well, all these different places are great ways to catch up with and follow the theater that Eva Heinemann sees. Eva, health, good hips, good knees, good hair.
May you keep all your body parts.
Good horror into. Let's go out on a horror, Eva, and Happy New Year to you.
And a Happy New Year to you and Joyce, and have a wonderful, happy, and much better 26 and 25.
All of I. Bye-bye now. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Eva Heinemann in the Daverhood, my friends. Wasn't that delightful? Wasn't that?
10:44. I'm tracking the time.
So I've got to get someone
Maybe
in.
I'll set an alarm for midnight. It'll count down.
Oh, cool.
I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out.
Well, while you're doing that, I've got to let in our next guest because it wasn't going to be that many guests this time. I was just going to limit it, and then I was thinking of all the people that I wanted to see and talk to. And it just grows and grows. So, ladies and gentlemen, here's a very, very special person in my life and in Rabbi Saul Solomon's life. This is the man who accompanied Rabbi Saul in his off-Broadway show, Shalom Dammit. This is the man who, let's see. I've known.
15 minutes, it says.
Well, wasn't 15 minutes?
1 hour, 15 minutes.
1 hour and 15 minutes until the big midnight drop when we will drop the plumbus. And you'll also see Baby Potato New Year. But Richard, do you have a maybe I have to ask him to do his video. So hold on. And also want to make sure. There we go.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Richard! Happy almost New Year to
Here,
you.
David,
Richard
play the
Shore.
bongos, he'll feel at home.
Oh, yeah. Look, remember? Dum ba bum 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 bum. Yeah.
Um,
Richard is a pianist, a sight reading pianist, as a matter of fact, as well as a singer. What have been your musical endeavors over the past year?
well, there hasn't been a lot going on this year, but in September, uh, a couple of friends and I gave a concert in my house
Ooh,
Oh.
to an
yeah,
invited audience.
yeah. You mentioned that when you were with this for the thousandth show. How did that go? What kind of music were you doing in that concert?
It was classical music. For most of it was violin, viola, and piano.
Okay.
And then there was one modern piece that I did for piano solo. It's one of these pieces you got to go inside the piano and do stuff, and lots of fun.
Hey, have you ever composed? Have you ever written songs or classical stuff or musical theater?
Well, I not for musical theater. I mean, I had to do all my homework exercises in school,
Sure.
theory exercises, harmony, voice leading. I wrote a fugue once, and then when I was in grad school for one of my recitals there, I tried my hand. I wrote three very short piano pieces, but they worked. They were okay. But no, I'm not a composer.
Actually, remind me, grad school. You said I was in grad school. You have a doctorate from like an Ivy. Where were you from?
And, undergrad from an Ivy, graduate is Boston University.
Cool. Well, pretty cool. So, what else happened to you this past year that, preferably good stuff, but it can be bad stuff too. Just everybody's like a miserable year, mostly.
It's been a pretty uneventful year.
Thank God. Thank
Uh,
God, Richard. Yeah. Um,
I mean, I wish it were more eventful, but in good ways.
yeah,
But
not interesting times like the Chinese have it, but yeah.
right, right. I wish I were busier.
Hmm. Well, why don't you make your own busy? How about having another concert? How about?
Well, uh, my violist friend and I, we're trying to find more people to do more concerts with.
Hmm.
But it's tough. People are busy, and this is essentially just for fun. It's not like they're going to make money or get exposure. It's just for enjoyment. And I'm actually working on, unusually for me, I'm working on some piano solo pieces.
Oh, oh,
Uh, and,
yeah.
and one of my neighbors is a very accomplished flutist, so we're talking about maybe putting something together.
Okay. Well, who is your favorite composer? I don't think I ever asked you this.
Well, it depends what era, what genre you're talking. I mean,
Classical.
of the names that people might have heard, Johannes Brahms is my favorite sort of classical. I've gotten really in love lately with the French guys, Debussy and Ravel. And then for modern music, there's a composer, he died a few years ago, named George Crumb. He's the one who wrote the piece that goes inside the piano that I've done, and I've done four pieces by him in the past, and there are two big pieces of his I want to still do.
Hmm.
Um,
With crumb, you could actually make some bread.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you should.
Yeah.
That
Uh,
that.
yeah. No, that's a pretty good answer. And I think you told me one time that your favorite musical was Les Mis. Is that true?
No, no,
Oh
definitely
no,
not.
no. Which was?
My favorite musical for decades was She Loves Me.
Oh,
But I
oh.
have a new favorite musical, which is Hadestown.
That's a very different. I mean, that's almost rock pop. The
Ah, I
eh,
wouldn't say rock pop. It's got a lot of
or jazz. It's jazzy too. It's a little.
jazzy and bluesy.
Oh, what? Why have you fallen so in love with Hades? Which I also like quite a lot, by the way. But why do you love Hadestown?
Well, it's just uh, it takes an old concept, old Greek tragedy, and just approaches it so inventively, and the music is wonderful, and the concept and the visuals are just, they just blow me away. And I would love to do that show. And no, it's just an astounding piece of work, I think.
Wow. Wow. Well, I'm so thrilled you got to see it. You know, it's still running on Broadway for people.
I've seen it. I saw it twice on Broadway and once here in Denver. And the second time I saw it on Broadway
Yeah.
was like the first, maybe the second. It was one of the first two performances coming out of the shutdown.
Oh, I didn't realize it was open that long ago, but wow, yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
And sitting there in the audience, and everyone had their masks on at that time. And you know, the show begins with the cast just walking out on stage and the band, and people started walking out on stage, and there was a 10-minute standing ovation just for being there.
Yeah, I mean, that was the
Very,
moment of, yeah.
very moving.
Well, we are moved and delighted and thrilled to have Richard Shore with us in the Daverhood. I wish we could do something together this year and make something happen theatrically.
That would be nice.
It would be nice. We'll talk. But the main thing is for you to stay healthy, to keep practicing, well, more than practicing, keep playing, keep discovering old and new music and making a little music of your own. Richard Shore, most happy and delightful 2026 to you, my friend.
Happy New Year to you guys.
Bye-bye. Sorry, I just have to bring you into... There you go. Oh, there we go. So, Richard Shore in the Debra. What a bunch of wonderful people. I barely had time to talk to you. I'm sorry, hon.
I know, you got your friends.
But friends are coming in. We will have some time.
I hope I see you before the new year.
But I want to bring in, what's also kind of cool is we were going to have some family members on this episode of the Dave's Gone By show. It's our 1014th episode, by the way. It's our Daverhood New Year Hello 2026. And hello to my cousin, Adam Glass. Get that unmute button going. Adam, you look terrific. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Oh, that voice. The minute I hear that voice, it's like, whoa. You need to be my announcer. Even when I walk into a room, if I want to buy something at, like, Kohl's or Walgreens, you should stand near me, and you should just do my voice. I'll go like, and you do the voice. Like, how much for the plumbus? Can you say how much for the plumbus?
How much for the plumbus?
Yeah, absolutely. I would get a discount just by having you say that. So you're looking really, really good. How are you? Did you lose weight?
No, unfortunately, I've gained the weight that several other people have lost, but thank you for it.
Oh, I'm sorry. And do you have a yarmulke on?
I do. I do.
Is that new? What are you doing that because of Rabbi Saul, or what's happening?
Most things I just keep private. But yeah. It's okay. No, it's not that I just don't advertise. But I was reflecting. So it's New Year's. It's the generic New Year's for the rest of the world. And I was just happened to be thinking about our Jewish New Year and how it's a little less festive.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Every fucking year it's a little less festive because somebody's killing us, of course.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
I get to reflect because everything bounces off my bald head, so I should wear the yarmulke. But yeah, so you were just thinking that this year.
Well, so I happen to have here.
Oh wait.
I happen to have my Etz Chaim.
Oh, of course.
Okay, yeah. And the reason was there was something that was rather humorous that in here is my bar mitzvah from a gazillion years ago, and the Torah portion, which I did find, and wouldn't you know that it's so wonderful and so uplifting, purification from contamination by a corpse. So there you go. So And that is what I was singing about on March 28th, 1981. So there you go.
Purification from contamination by a corpse. Okay.
You want to talk about bringing light into a room? There you go.
Oh my God. So you had some rough years, when you've been coming on here. Was this year a little better? Or, aside from the Jewish thing at Bondi Beach and all
Yeah.
that. But for you, how was your year?
For me, well, again, as with every year, ups and downs. Most recently, a little bit of medical stuff, relatively minor. Fine. Okay. Listen, none of us are getting younger.
Wait, did you go to Hair Club for Men and they actually sewed the yarmulke into your head? Is that
No, this is a yarmulke that is big enough I could cover your face with. It's one. This is from
face. Not this one.
This is from Israel, and it was a gift a long time ago. But it's just, but I had a commentary here. Which,
that's okay. I had a dysentery last night. Yeah.
Well, but this was speaking about, because I knew you would ask me about the year. And what it asks about is what constitutes a life well lived, a life of blessings and so on. It's living life to the fullest.
Yeah.
And I thought about you and what you ask me every year. So to go through the list of things. How are we related? Your grandmother, my grandmother. They were grandmothers together. They were sisters who loathed each other.
Sisters, okay.
Yeah.
I remember
okay.
That. Okay. My grandma Lucy on my father's side. Got it. Okay.
Yes, on your father's side, and Arney on my mother's side. Chana, she for some reason chose Arney. We still don't know why. Of course, she's gone now. We never will. Anybody who might
stay
have
away from her corpse because you have to purify it. And okay.
Please, let's not go there. Just trying to stay away from that. But in any case, you always ask me, and I appreciate. How was the year?
Yeah.
As with everybody's ups and downs, but let's start with the blessings. My mother is doing relatively well, thank God, 89. My brothers are well, thank God. Yeah. My daughter, second year of law school, she's doing well.
Names, by the way? They will be really helpful if you actually use like your mother.
My mother, Meryl.
Meryl, yeah.
Meryl. Jordan and Evan, respectively.
Brothers. Yeah.
And my daughter Piper.
Okay, yeah, and they're all doing okay. They're all alive and well, yeah.
Thank God. And listen, only one of those named is a spring chicken. So there you go.
So how's Piper, by the way? What is how old is she, and what's she up to? And
she just turned 23, and she's in the midst of her second year of law school.
Whoa. Well, so we'll be looking for a lawyer in a couple of years to do something. Yeah.
Probably, yeah. So, and she will be fourth generation in the family.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So my grandfather, my father, my oldest brother, and now her.
Oh, wow. Muzzle.
Yeah.
So, yeah, pretty good year, all things considered. And you came through whatever, you don't have to share the medical. I'm thinking syphilis, but it might not be.
No, nothing that interesting for you.
Yeah.
So, So the thing about what would constitute a life well lived, and I will paraphrase this and keep it brief because there are only a few minutes.
Yeah.
But it talks about a life of abundance and of honor and embracing piety and love of Torah and desires and goodness to be fulfilled and all those other wonderful things that we expect. But it talks about reflecting and looking inward and having an accounting for our souls. Where are we? Never mind where are we in the world, how are we with ourselves? At the end of the day, can I look at myself in the mirror, not for too long, but look at myself in the mirror.
I don't want to look at myself in the mirror. Believe me, as a bald head, I got the yeah.
I'd like to say I have to shave this face, but I've been kind of letting that go too. So, but the thing is, at the end of the day, did I behave in such a way that if my daughter were to see it, she could hold her head up and say, "That's my father," or would she be ashamed of me? So. It reminds me of those kinds of things that even in the moments where I think I'm alone, I have to remind myself that don't exist in a vacuum. And one of the reasons for that point of consciousness is sometimes day-to-day drudgery, work, and so on. It feels like there's a lack of
point.
Well, I don't want to say like a point, but a lack of actual effort into life because you're doing your, I get up at 4 in the morning and I blah, 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 go into work and I to the subways and blah. And at what point do you behave like a human being? At what point do you do something to be human and extend yourself even just the tiniest bit? And I realized from years ago when I used to work in investment banking and everything was you fix something, they break it again. You fix something, you break it again. There was monotony about it, but there was no value. And I realized that the thing to me was to try at least to do something, tiny thing, that might positively impact somebody else's day. In my case, it's usually something very simple. I'm in the subway, someone needs help getting up the stairs, a woman with a baby, in the carriage, and so on. But a little something where you
So you would steal the baby, sell it on the black market, and make another mother very happy. That would be a way of really, tikkun olam, kind of helping the world. No?
I don't really go for the babies. That's the
Oh, no,
dangerous thing. It's
or the mother. You could sell the mother as like white slavery kind of. Yeah.
actually I just these days the cost of the baby carriages is such you could sell that on the market and really make a
Yeah.
killing.
See, still thinking like a Jew. You can read that Etz Chaim book, but you're still thinking like a no. But
Where
not
do
to
you
make
think we
light.
got where do you think we got the accounting rules from?
But it is lovely to hear you. Actually, I'm making fun. Of course, I'm making
I
fun. But it is lovely to hear you being so self-reflective and introspective and Judaic or not. It doesn't even have to have anything to do with
I
Judaism.
that's why I use the term human
Yeah.
because it shouldn't have to be this. It's just it's trying to not to forget to be kind, to be polite, to still hold the door open for someone, to say please and thank you to people who are working and doing something for you on your behalf. It's just not that hard to put in a little bit of something to try to reclaim a little bit of humanity when it just seems like society tries to take so much of it away. So the listen, I'm not nearly so jolly as many of your other people, nor am I so erudite or otherwise, and I can't juggle worth a damn. So,
This is your contribution, and I'm very. Let me say this: I feel very, very proud that you are my relative, that you are my cousin, and that
thank
you're a nice guy, but you were always a nice, great guy. You may be a little more inward now, but you're always really, really cool. So now you're just even better. That's a pretty nice thing,
you're
and
very kind.
please God stay healthy in 2026 and
Thank you.
and Piper and your mom and your two brothers and
Well, you please send my love to your mother and your wife, who's always in the background, so I never get to see. Hello, hi,
he's
love you,
waving.
miss you. So,
Uh,
and
uh,
listen, I need you to give Rabbi Sal a message for me.
please.
I need him to pray for New York because we have a new mayor coming in,
I know.
and Lord help us. So, because it's just going to be, I don't care whatever else anybody else thinks.
Yeah.
The unrest unto itself, just for the existence, never mind the rest of reality that's going to take place.
Look, he only wants to rename New York New Majdanek, so it's not going to be so terrible.
As long as you can spell it properly on a coin, fine.
Adam Glass, my cousin, thank you. Happy, healthy New Year to you. We'll see you
And
soon.
to you, buddy. Be
Bye-bye
well.
now.
Bye-bye.
Oh, in the Daverhood on our New Year's show. Very, very delighted to have so many wonderful people. We're into the second hour of the program here. I'm Dave Lefkowitz, by the way. My darling and adorable wife has been with us. I never name her because everybody's calling her Joyce. That happens to be her name. Is just a thing that we have that we generally don't. But yes, her name is Joyce, and I love her very, very much. And she's been helping me on this program. It's our 1014th episode of the Dave's Gone By show. It's our special Daverhood New Year. Hello, 2026. Because, of course, we're into the very last hour here in Eastern Time in New York of 2025. Oh, yeah, I'm in New York. We're generally in Maryland, but I'm visiting my old room here. This is where, since I was 12 and a half years old, this was, we tricked it out a little bit. you can see the budget for the show. But yeah, from here into my early 30s, this is where this was Control Center Dave. And anywho, if you want to know more about the show, go to davesgoneby.com. 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 We have actually a couple of minutes. I'll probably play one of the tape things. Oh, or what else do we need to do? As promised.
You need to put on a lighter shirt.
Well, I can't change until we go to tape, but it is the new year, almost. And we're going to have a very special pre-New Year or New Year's Eve bunion watch.
Oh, God.
So I'm going to show you the size, shape, and condition.
Okay, but don't stand on that chair, honey.
Yeah, this chair is a little bit
Lift
iffy.
your foot up.
I can lower this down.
Lift your foot up.
Here we go. This will work. Oh! Not sure if this is working here.
Oh, God.
So I'm going to keep the sock on, but you can see
Oh,
down.
David,
Oh!
Take the socks off.
Oh, yeah. All right, hold on. Oh!
Just show his foot with the bag.
Actually,
David, no.
there we go. Look at this.
No. It's got a bag. It's got a bag on it.
Now, I'm trying to keep my bunions from looking like Dick Van Dyke's. There we go.
Why does he have a bag on his foot?
To keep, I guess, the stuffing from coming out. Yeah.
Yes.
So, how are you doing? How's he holding? He's 100 years old. He's up till
He
11.
looks good. He's more weight
Oh,
than we
shoot.
are.
Sorry. Just got you on camera
Oh, no,
for a
great.
brief moment.
Great.
But, hold on. I gotta put him down for a sec. But, yes, I do.
Oh, God.
I do a segment called
Don't stand
Bunion
on that
Watch.
chair, David. No,
I'll be
please
off
no.
it. I'm already on it.
Please
I'm
no.
already on it. Here's my bunion.
Go down off the chair quickly.
There it is. Look at it.
Oh,
Isn't it?
God.
Da-dum, ba-dum,
It looks very red.
ba-dum,
Okay.
ba-dum.
Please get down, honey.
So that is my right foot bunion.
Where's your phone?
It's here.
Can I have it?
Yeah.
Let's see if honey wants to do
Because I've been,
comments.
for the past 3.5 years, one of the segments that we do on the show is sharing the beauty of my bunions. And that is our New Year Bunion Watch here in the Daverhood on our 1014th episode of the Dave's Gone By, Facebookio, Podcastio, Programmio of the Stream. Also, we have a channel on archive.org, which is also where we put all our older episodes as well as all our old interviews in a separate archive there. We have our audio archives for podcasting at castbox.fm, castbox.fm. And where else do we have our well, we have our YouTube channel as well as a this Facebook page. So lots of ways to access our content, but the best is davesgoneby.com and this Facebook page. And we thank you so much for joining us every, usually Saturday morning from 9 a.m. until noonish. We happen to be here, as we have for many years now, doing our New Year's show. We've got more guests coming up. We'll also have our passings of the year. Folks who were in the Daverhood over our 24.5 years on the air, and who left us this year. There's about a dozen who passed away. So we're just going to do a quick rundown of them just a little bit later. And we'll have Rabbi Saul Solomon, that my cousin just mentioned. Rabbi Saul has a brand new rabbinical reflection where he talks about the year gone by and the big celebrities who have passed as well. He has a little poem about them. It's a lot of nostalgic, kind of happy, sad fun when he does these rabbinical reflections, and it will be his 200th of them. So very excited about that. We're waiting for our next guest to come on. And well, I don't want to say who it is in case he is late, or I doubt he forgot, but he might have fallen asleep because you get to this time of day. So what I might try and do is let me play.
Do you correspond to him on?
How can I get? He's on my phone. Actually, can you text him?
Oh.
It's Jeff. So I just want to make sure that he's logging on and in, because he's supposed to be joining us at 11:10, which it is right now. So until he gets here, why don't we? You know what? Let's have Rabbi Saul. Let's just bring him on.
Did you
And
send him to his new email?
Yeah, I sent him the link, and we should have been all set, but he might be at the airport or something like that. Let me just, I need to share screen. Where is it? There's my share.
I just sent to him, please join the Zoom.
Yeah.
He said that email does not work. You can send it to me. My
Yeah, I sent it to his new email. Yeah. So, but I just need to open up one thing here, which I had open, but there were too many windows open earlier. We'll get there. Oh, I promise we shall get there.
On the Facebook too.
Yeah. Okay, now we got it. So, let's do Rabbi Saul's rabbinical reflection in the Daverhood. It's his 200th. It's all about the year gone by. I'm going to share my screen so we can see it. And I'm going to open that up. Here is the one, the only, the Jewish Rabbi Saul Solomon. Shalom, damn it! This is Rabbi Saul Solomon with a rabbinical reflection for the end of the year 2025. I don't think I know anyone who hasn't had a cruddy year. If they're not upset with politics and the government, they're dealing with death, illness, financial stress, mental problems, dental problems. If you actually had a good year in 2025, please let me know your phone number so I can play it for lotto. But here it is, December 31st, and what do you know? You survived. I'm not saying you thrived, but you endured. And I hope you got your jollies along the way. Not every news event was tragic, and a few sad stories had silver linings. Pope Francis died, but the new guy's an American from Chicago, so at least you can understand him when he dumps on gays and abortions. And yes, he's on the conservative side, but what do you expect from a pope, RuPaul? Back to silver linings. While inflation is scaring everyone who has to buy a house, a car, a health plan, or, groceries, the stock market has remained a juggernaut. Therefore, if, by the time you retire, you haven't given all your money to Aetna, you might have a few bucks left in your 401k to spend on cat food. Politically, it was another Civil War level year, with liberals screaming disaster at Trump's every move, and Trump often deserving the screams. Did he need to renovate the White House ballroom and alchemize the silverware into goldenware? Did he have to put his name on the Memorial Kennedy Center? Trump's bullet missed. And did the president have to redact all those pages in the Epstein files that showed him to be almost as big a perv as Bill Clinton? Well, at least Trump is ridding the country of useless foreigners with questionable visas. Hey, anybody seen Melania lately? Meanwhile, anti-Semitism disguised as anti-Zionism still gives college students and left-wing wingnuts a hard-on. But Israel and the Palestinians are holding to some kind of ceasefire, while America's been going after ISIS in Syria and Nigeria and stopping nukes in Iran. And while the mass murder at a Hanukkah festival in Bondi Beach reminded us Jews are still despised, a clump of Jewish corpses granted us a day or two of sympathy before the clown cars returned with their Free Gaza Circus act. God help us, New York elected a rabidly anti-Israel socialist mayor. But the good news is, Mamdani's policies will be so ruinous, bankrupting, and unenforceable, no one's going to give a chara what he believes. Oh, and if it's not already evident, let me assert that this rabbinical reflection was written entirely with my two little hands and my too preoccupied brain. That is to say, any intelligence you happen to find in my prose may be unexpected, but not artificial. 2025 was the year that everything on the internet was suspect, from heartwarming parables about celebrities to the sloppiest slop. Algorithms were telling us what to buy, how to think, and where to vent. It was the year academics gave up fighting AI and instead told students, here's your final exam, which was written by my chat GPT. Have your Grammarly take it, and then my co-pilot will grade it. And afterwards, we can all meet on the unemployment line because nobody has to fucking know anything anymore. But I digress. Anger is not the end game of my annual review of the annum gone by. Nostalgic melancholy is more the mood because now is time to remember those we lost. Musicians, authors, performers, folks who left their mark. So in poetic form, we mark their passing. Farewell to Pope Francis, as popes go, a goodie. Goodbye, Diane Keaton. We loved you with Woody. Adieu, Tony Roberts, a fellow Woody frère, and Richard Chamberlain, paging Dr. Kildare. With his gifted family, Sly Stone took us higher, and tears for Jill Sobule, who flamed out in a fire. We lost Lalo Schifrin and his orchestrations. Let's hope Brian Wilson picks up good vibrations. Ace Frehley and Ozzy now sleep in the sand. And farewell, Garth Hudson, the last of the band. We lost Malcolm Jamal Warner when he lost his grips. Loretta Swit and Chuck Mangione have sealed their hot lips. Farewell to Rob Reiner. What great films he did. If only Nick Reiner was Greta Thunberg's kid. Tom Stoppard, whose plays were quite the real thing, now joins Robert Redford in feeling death's sting. Bye-bye to Hulk Hogan, who wrestled with glee, and Lonnie Anderson, who put the TNA in KRP. Ta-ta, Charlie Kirk, whose death gave us chills. So long to George Foreman, whose thrills gave us grills. Bill Moyers once anchored the news desk with grace, and Charles Strauss helped us put on a happy face. With David Johansen, we rocked and got funky, and Jane Goodall taught us the mind of a monkey. So long, David Lynch, whose films got tongues wagging. Puff went Peter Yarrow and his magic dragon. Connie Francis could sing, and Roberta Flack croon. Jules Pfeiffer satirized life by cartoon. We'll miss Brigitte Bardot, her face, legs, and bust, and Marianne Faithfull's great voice of sawdust. Gene Hackman succumbed in his rundown chalet. Steve Cropper, now dead on the dock of the bay. Val Kilmer, Diane Ladd, each one a sad loss, and Jimmy Cliff has no more rivers to cross. No love for Dick Cheney and his years of fears, but raise up a glass for George Wendt and his cheers, and keep the toast going for loved ones departed. We mourn them, we miss them, and though broken-hearted, we bravely go forward through kicks, sticks, and bricks, and hope for the best in 2026. This has been a rabbinical reflection from Rabbi Sol Solomon, Temple Sons of Bitches in Great Neck, New York. Happy Jew Year. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, that was Rabbi Sol Solomon, the one, the only, the Jewish. And speaking of great, great friends of the show, someone that I actually co-hosted Dave's Gone By with for a few years when we were on Long Island, on Long Island Radio. He is my good, good pal out there living in Vegas now. Why am I putting my glasses on? Let me just get a little brighter there. Jeff Goodman, I'm going to ask him to unmute and also to start his video. Jeff, he also joined me on radio at Stony Brook University. Here he is. Hello, Jeff Goodman. How are you?
I've unmuted myself.
This is, well, not in public, I hope. How are you, my friend?
I'm good. How's everything with you?
Well, as I told you, in our phone conversation, it's been a really, really rotten year. But it's gotten better over the past few months, which is good. And yours, how you been?
I've been pretty good. I've had my ups, my downs.
Fair enough. So what was an up? What was a real up of the year for you?
I'm still here at the end of it.
That's as good as it gets. That's pretty darn good. So yeah, what have you been up to? Are you still? We don't necessarily talk about work, but you work at the airport still, or have you
I
given that
do.
up? You
I
still?
do. I'm still checking them in and sending them off to London.
What
Oh,
is happening with the lights? Where are you? You
I'm
in
in
like
my
a disco?
I'm in my living room with the TV on and no lights.
Oh,
So,
okay, yeah, yeah, better. I was like getting vertigo there for a minute. Yeah.
look, I have dramatic lighting.
Oh, very good, very good. So okay, so you're still here, you're still alive and still well, and you kept the weight off, which is a
Yeah.
huge thing because you used to be a huge person. So
Yes.
awful tough about that.
I
Has
gained
that,
a little back, but that's okay.
but just a little, just a little bit, right?
Well, I'm still down over 300 pounds, so that's pretty good.
Good, good. Keep them off. Stay healthy. Stay active. I mean, how hard is it to stay active in a place like Vegas, which isn't really known for anything but gambling? You know.
Strangely enough, the strip is not all Vegas. It's a strip is a strip. There is so much activity here. There's so many walking trails. There are plenty of parks. It's pretty amazing. Everywhere you live, every community has a gym.
Oh, okay. So, are
So
you a gym? Do you go to the gym? Are you a gym person? Do you have to? Or no, no. So, what do you do for fun in Vegas that is not casino related?
oh
You
well,
personally, yeah.
of course I work for fun. The work is, I do enjoy what I do.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah.
So that's why I work. And then I also volunteer at there's a place called the Smith Center here, which is the Performing Arts Center. So I volunteer there.
And what do you do? Are you an usher? I mean, what do you
I
volunteer?
am an usher, and
Great.
I'm trying to get involved with a lot of the educational programs here, and you know,
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah. Oh, that's right. Do you see any? Well, you come into New York to see theater.
well, I
Uh,
see all the touring companies that come here. But
oh, so
but
what was the best touring show that you caught this past year out in
well,
Vegas?
Kimberly Akimbo, Kimberly Akimbo is here.
The musical. Okay, yeah.
Mhm.
And
I love that show. And Parade was here. That was excellent.
all right,
The
great.
tour Parade was pretty good. It's like Kimberly Kimbo's tour was good. We've had horrible tours too.
Uh-oh, like what? What was the worst? What was really
Oh,
bad?
the worst thing I saw here was a tour of Shrek, and I'm not sure how they got to call it Shrek because it really wasn't Shrek. It was really Shrek Junior.
Well, okay, yeah, sure. They
There
didn't
was
bill
no.
it as Shrek Junior. They didn't say this is.
They said Shrek. It was terrible.
Oh
It
dear.
was awful. The set was ridiculous. I wish I had it all queued up. I'd show you the set. I took a picture of the set, which was ridiculously bad. There was no magic mirror. Half the characters weren't even there.
Sure,
The
yeah.
Shrek didn't even. I forgot what it was. He wasn't green, or his parents weren't green.
Oh, all right, fine. I mean, that can be an aesthetic choice. We're making him purple. Well, maybe not. No, okay, you can't make Shrek purple.
It
This
was.
sounds like Shrek Toddler rather than Shrek Junior either.
This was Shrek horrible.
So, what was the best show that you saw? Because you also come to New York a couple of times a year and see some theater there. What show did you like the most this past year?
Oh my gosh. Well, I just saw Two Strangers Carry a Cake Across New York, which I liked a lot.
Oh, okay, cool.
And I did like and not that spelling bee can be small. I like the off Broadway spelling bee. That's because it's just such a good musical.
25th annual Putnam County
Yeah,
Fair, which is off Broadway again. Yeah,
yeah.
or was on Broadway and now it's off
And
Broadway.
Heather's was pretty good off Broadway too.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
They were in the same theater, so I saw them the same day, matinee and evening. The commute was wonderful.
Yeah, I love that. Oh, but the time in between, did you get a meal? Did you go to that diner that's on?
There really wasn't that much time in between. We got
Oh,
out. I took one of my friend's sons. He wanted to meet everyone at the stage door. It was also was it a couple Saturdays ago where it snowed,
hmm.
so it was like kind of ugh.
So you just kind of hung out and got to one show early and
Yeah,
stayed in the Is it what was it? The West Side Theater? Not the West Side.
No, it's
The 50th, the one on 50th.
yeah.
Oh my God, I can't remember the name of it. I've been away from New York too long.
Now
Wow.
you said West Side. No, I have his West Side Arts in my head. Uh,
It's okay. It will come to us as soon as we're done with the
of
conversation.
course,
Of course.
it is. It's a whole complex. It used to be movie theaters. Now it's shows.
So what are you looking forward to, Jeff Goodman, in 2026?
I don't know.
Hmm.
Maybe better politics.
I don't foresee that for a while. How is the Vegas? Because New York is all hung up about our mayor, or not, I'm not even a New Yorker anymore, and everybody hates Trump, of course. But how's Vegas?
Vegas is very purple. I mean, Vegas is more blue than red, but still Nevada is very purple.
All right.
And Vegas also has a lot of purple, so I don't discuss politics that much.
Oh, okay. All right. So,
which is why when I talk to you and have all my other friends who are of the bluish nature.
Funny, you don't look bluish.
I know.
And I'm a little more red than most of the, if you look at my Facebook feed, it's like solid, bright, flaming ketchup red. Or no, I'm sorry. It's like blue like my shirt, and I'm needles more here.
You're red adjacent.
Fair
or
enough.
What is it? What is it? It's like you're questioning.
Well, I'm not sure about that.
What is it?
Yeah.
What is when someone wants to dabble in being gay? They say that. What do they say they are?
Well, questioning would be
questioning, experimenting. I don't know. So
wait, is there someone there with you? Are you? Where are you? You're in your home, right?
Yeah.
Did I hear someone just throw you the word? Is there someone with you? Or you have a party there? Oh no. Well,
are your ears okay?
Maybe not. Jeff Goodman, ladies and gentlemen, here in the Daverhood. Oh, I think I'm hearing myself feeding back on your audio. That's why I heard another voice.
You are such an egotist. You always have to hear yourself.
I do. You've known me so long. Do I not have like some level of narcissistic tendency? Not to mention passive aggression.
No, not at all.
Jeff Goodman. Happy.
So, Dave,
yeah.
What are you looking forward to next year in the theater and all that?
Getting through another year. I'm not going to see that much theater because I'm not in New York that much.
I know. Well,
yeah.
You can do it. I do it.
Yeah.
I come back 2-3 times a year. I saw 8 shows. I see 8 shows in about 2 weeks is about right. I was there for 12 days. I saw 8 shows.
Yeah. This just hasn't been the time that I've been able to do that this past year.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, but I'm just looking forward to I want to write some more stuff.
You saw maybe Happy Ending, right?
Oh yes, of course I did. Yeah.
Okay. And
I liked it quite a lot. But I've got to let you go because I've got to get another guest on in the Daverhood, ladies and gentlemen. But Jeff Goodman, our great old friend, keep the weight off, buddy. Stay healthy. Don't have to just be healthy, be happy.
I just have all my extra skin. That's the only problem.
Yeah. Oh, take out. Let's see it, Jeff. Just pull off your shirt. Let's take it.
No. This whole thing under my neck.
Yeah.
That's all skin that used to be my face.
All right. But your face looks just fine right now. So, Jeff, Happy New Year to you. And
Same
we'll
to
see
you.
Soon in the Neighborhood, man.
Okay. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All righty. We have in the waiting room, waiting to go on in the Neighborhood, another great friend of the program. He is all the way from Canada. So let's see where we.
Oh, Moshe said something.
Oh yeah, he should be coming on as we speak. Not sure why.
He said, be in touch at 10 o'clock. Oh, we're on. He'll say he'll check in.
Here he is. Ladies and gentlemen.
Good.
Moshe! Look, Moshe, I wore this. I can't say I wore
Oi
this
to
just
the
for you.
world. Well, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Oi to the world, right? Yeah.
How can you think of anything else? Rabbi Saul, I have a question to ask of Nostra Dever.
Okay. Well, I'll have
Nostra
to answer.
Dever,
Yeah.
have you looked into your matzo ball and asked yourself what's going to happen in 2026?
Yes, Rabbi Saul, I asked him this before the show, and he
Okay.
said, yeah, Holocaust Junior. It's going to be happening. They've got a mayor in New York who's going to be
What a
herding
pleasant
Jews.
thought.
It won't be as bad. He's predicting 3 million dead instead of 6 million. So we
Dave,
can modify our expectations.
that's perfect.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
How are you?
perfect. You know what?
But
I
yeah,
love the optimism. I love the optimism.
it won't be worse. It will be half as bad as the original Holocaust. It's sort of like
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
Holocaust sequel.
Just a second.
Yeah. Oh, you there?
I screwed up here. I lost something here. Oh, just a second. Here
You're
we go.
fine though. We hear you. We see you. We're good. We're good.
Okay,
How was
good.
your year, Moshe?
You know what? I can't complain because, I still
You're
have
Jewish. You
pretty
can
good
complain.
health.
Yeah.
You know what? When you're 76 and you have pretty good health
All of I.
and you
Yeah.
have some energy, canine horror,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
don't complain too much, and I perhaps, you see, but the thing, it's interesting.
Please.
When I was a bit younger, I was pushing and pushing to try to accomplish something. There's a lot of anxiety about self-worth, but I don't have that anxiety anymore. But what goes with that is also the push to do things, to accomplish, to do a lot of stuff. I do a certain amount of stuff, it's true, and I do have a bucket list, and I'm working on it.
All right. Wait.
But
I'll stop you right there. So, what are
yeah,
one or two things on your bucket list that you think you can accomplish in 2026?
okay. One thing is, as you know, I founded an orchestra called the Vancouver Intercultural Orchestra. I passed the reins over to others, which I'm very proud of because it has continuity. And for a long time, I've had a project to write an orchestration book. In other words, how to write for intercultural orchestra for different instruments which are non-Western. It's an orchestration manual in a sense.
Yeah.
And I've been working on it for a very long time, and I want to complete that in the coming year.
Okay, that's a fantastic thing to have in your bucket list. What about something more? No, I'm not going to say that isn't fun. That sounds like a whole lot of fun, but something non-work related that's you want.
Non-work related?
Yeah.
Naomi, what non-work related do I have on my bucket list? I'm asking my sweetheart.
No, she can get on camera. Show your
Yeah,
sweetie.
come. Dave wants to see you.
What do you want to
Dave wants
see?
to meet you. Come here,
Come
Naomi.
on, come on.
Oh, I'm not dressed up or anything.
It's
This is
fine.
my Naomi.
Hi,
Hello,
Naomi.
Dave.
Shalom to you, and
Shalom to you.
are you
And Happy New
Canadian?
Year.
Happy New Year too. Are you Canadian too? Are you?
Actually, she'll tell you in a second. Go
Please,
tell
yeah.
her.
Well, I actually was originally American, but I
Oh.
spent most of my life in Canada.
And what do you
So,
do, Naomi? Are you a musician as well?
no, I'm a respiratory therapist.
Oh, which is a helpful thing for a musician to know, especially if you're doing wind
Well, yes,
instruments. Yeah. So how did you guys meet?
We met when I was playing a bar mitzvah in 1997.
So wonderful. And congratulations. So yeah, you're married, or are you just
we're hooked, but not officially married. We're considering the actual officializing, but we're together 27 years, are we?
Yeah, 27 years.
Mazel? Yeah, my wife and I have been married for 26 years and together 28. So we're right in that sweet spot
Fantastic.
too.
We're around the same
Wow.
genre.
Yeah, yeah. So what is on your bucket list, Naomi?
Oh, retirement.
Yeah, she's
Oh.
close to retirement.
Fairly soon. Fairly
You
soon.
don't you look about 40. So I'm not kidding.
I love
Yeah,
this guy.
I thought he was
He's
robbing
a
the cradle
very
there for a minute.
diplomatic person.
Thank you.
With all
Thank
his
you.
ranting, he's a diplomat.
No, but really, do you worry that you will be bored in retirement, or you can't wait?
I'm more on the can't wait side. I've been doing the same thing for over 40 years, and I'd like to do something different. And I want to have a house and a garden. I've always wanted to garden, and I've always lived in apartments and just
So instead of
that's
being a
that's a
respiratory therapist, you could like make people sick with respiratory diseses. You can actually do the opposite thing of what you've done for 40 years. That'd be
well,
a
yeah, and then
change.
I could teach them how to manage those diseases.
You
I could
could,
teach them
yeah.
how to smoke and then help them to get over it.
Exactly. So, Moshe, what was the other thing that you wanted to do
The
on
fun stuff for bucket list. I'd say hard to say. I mean, most of the stuff has to do with accomplishment, but it's a very good question because I should be thinking more of fun. And so now you've given me a New Year's resolution. I should think of something fun to put on my bucket list.
Yes, yes. Or Naomi, help them out. Think of something that you both want to. Yeah,
I have a good idea.
go for
We
it.
should, I mean, one thing, and I've been talking to Naomi about it. We want to travel back to New York. New York is one of my homes in this world.
Sure.
I lived there. My mother grew up in Flatbush. I had family there when I grew up. I was there every Hanukkah, New Year's time. I was always in New York, and I also studied in Yeshiva University for a whole year. And whenever I get back to New York, Dave, 1 hour and I'm native.
Oh, yeah.
I need 1 hour in New York and I'm native. So I'm thinking, I was saying to her, we should come to New York and visit with you and your wife.
Oh, wow. Well, the weird part is I happened to be in New York today, and I felt we were standing on the platform of the Long Island Railroad, and I was feeling like, I was like I was just commuting back and forth daily as I was for 5 or 6 days a week for years and years. But we've been living in Maryland for 3.5 years, so you actually have to take the train to Maryland to see us. But we'd love to have you.
That would be an adventure.
Yeah, and whether we see each other here or somewhere else on the East Coast, or if we can make it up to Canada, if we can crash with you,
You can come to Canada. This is the promised land. Do you know what they say? That God, when he spoke to Moses, he said he wants to take him to the land of Canaan. He actually misunderstood. He said Canada. Canaan.
No, but nobody understood it because he had to speak French because the people are bilingual over there. Yeah,
He made a mistake. It was a total mystery.
Sorry, Moshe Denburg and Naomi. You're not Denburg. So what's your last name? Huh?
Arney.
Arney. Well, Moshe and Naomi Denburg and Arney. What a great team! What a wonderful team you have been on our New Year's show. I wish you both buckets of oodles of good things on your bucket list that you get done and you accomplish this year and 120 years more. Happy New Year.
And you too, Dave. It's wonderful. I'm so glad to have a connection with you, man. It's really great.
Yeah. All the best to you and your wife.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. Shana Tova.
Shana Tova.
Well, I heard a Tobara Bar there. My God. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is, oh my God, it's almost 20 to 12 Eastern Time in the Daverhood. You're watching the 1014th episode of the Dave's Gone By Facebookio, Podcastio, Programmio of the stream. Yeah, there's my darling wife. I'm me. There's our catch-up. Semi-forgotten but beloved Potato is with us. We'll have our baby Potato New Year coming up in a little bit. We have more guests because we're going to be here. We're going to count down at midnight. Of course we are. And then we'll go on a bit more with the show. We'll have more guests and more fun and more stuff to do. I'm going to have an actual chance here to talk to my darling and wonderful wife. How you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Yeah, come a little closer so we can hear you. We won't get you on cam, but get you closer to the mic. So what was in this rotten year for us, and I'm not talking politics, it was just stuff. What was a good thing that you can mention? What was like the best part of this year that started badly, went really downhill, got a little better, but there's still been more downhill stuff? What's been an uphill thing? Yeah.
That we're alive.
We're alive. Alive. We're, we have our health issues, but there's nothing, yeah. But at the same time, we're feeling okay. That's not bad. What else? Anything
we
else?
got the bird book and we feed the birds. I enjoy that.
We have a bird feeder in our backyard. We give a lot of little birds.
I started to go to the purple gym. We're just doing the gym.
We're being healthier. We're going to the gym. Yeah. So that's good. We're taking care of ourselves a little better, I think. But that's a good thing. Okay. Oh, any other?
We paid off the car.
Yeah, we did. We got to get the title of the thing. But this is kind of cool. We've been in Maryland 3.5 years, and we got our car, a used car, but we got it paid off. Our furniture is one payment away from being paid off, too.
Woo!
Our mortgage is still 27 years away. But yeah, that's kind of a good thing.
I'm happy I have you.
I say that louder. I don't know if the mic caught it.
I'm happy I have you.
And I am so happy to have
Good man, David.
you. And I love you very, very
You're
much.
a good man, Charlie Brown.
So, because again, that feeling of like, why aren't I out partying and celebrating and doing it? It's like,
Because
I'm here with
we're
my
just
wife.
Tired. We were up since
Yeah.
5 o'clock this morning. We went on every mode of transportation except a bus. We did an Uber, we did Amtrak, we did the railroad.
Yeah. Well, we weren't on a plane either.
No,
but,
that's true. A plane is.
But, I'm spending this last day of the year with the woman I love.
You
with
spend
you.
every day with me.
Yeah.
What does it matter?
Wouldn't it be tragic if we weren't? Wouldn't it be
That's
sad?
called divorce, honey.
Or yes.
Are you want to kick me off yet?
No. I think we'll stay together a little
Thanks,
while
that's
longer.
very good.
Yeah. So okay, some happy stuff.
You look so
Pivoting.
That was a rough
No, but also there's so many things that we can't discuss and talk about because it's just mostly bad news and bad things that happened this year that we just don't want to deal with on the air, or personal issues that we don't. But we can get personal for a little bit.
we did the catch-up thing.
We did a catch-up, but let's say farewell to some of the folks who...
We just did.
Ooh.
You just did the farewell thing.
Those are celebrities, but this is the list of people who were on this show. They're not as well known, some of them, as the people who Rabbi Saul did in his rabbinical reflection / obituary. This is more like, hey, these were some very cool people who have been on Dave's Gone By in 2025. Oh, no, sorry. These are folks who have been on our program over the past 24.5 years, and then this year, in 2025, they passed. So in alphabetical order, we'll go through them. Misha Burson, the theater critic, passed at age 74. She was on our show back in 2016. Theater critic, writing for American Theater Magazine. She was basically covering Seattle theater, and she did it, she's basically really, really well known in Seattle, and she was a Pulitzer judge, often chair of the Pulitzer Committee that was deciding on, the Pulitzer Prize-winning play.
Fellowship in California.
Yeah, she was great. She was Misha Burson, so we bid her farewell. She passed in mid-February. Gotta say goodbye to Jules Pfeiffer. Rabbi Saul mentioned him. He lived to 95 years old. He was on our show in 2017. Speaking of the Pulitzer, he won one for editorial cartooning. He also won an Oscar for writing the short animated film Monroe. He wrote plays. One of the first plays I ever saw as an adult going alone to Broadway was his 1981 show called Grown Ups, with our friend of the Daverhood, Bob Dishy. Also Harold Gould was in it, and Francis Sternhagen. And when we spoke to him, he was developing a new musical. He was in his 90s, or late 80s at that point. And he was doing The Man in the Ceiling, and he had a couple of productions. So he was active till the very end, Jules Pfeiffer. And gotta say a farewell to Jule Hallmeyer, who died at age 75 in February. He was on our show 10 years ago. He was born in Holland, but he lived in Canada and in America, best known for designing the costumes for Second City TV. With virtual, nil Canadian kind of budget. And he was immortalized on the show also because of the Jule Hallmeyer dancers, who were named after him for no good reason except he had such an unusual name and they were terrible dancers. Farewell to my cousin Michael Levine. That family. What a year and a half they had. My cousin David Levine died in, I think, October of the year before. And then his wife died, and then David's father died, and also Michael, my cousin Michael, passed. Michael and his brother Shelley were brothers. Michael was on our show. I'm so glad we had him on in 2021. He was at, and he told us about this on the show, he was there at Stonewall. He was a gay activist, proud and open. He lived with his partner. I think they got married. His husband, Ray. He spent his last few months in the Philippines, active in establishing and going to LGBT-friendly synagogues in New York. So, yeah, beloved cousin Michael, he passed at 81, and his older brother, Shelley, also died this year at age 87. I wish I'd had him on the show. Farewell to Michael Lydon. He is a composer and a writer and author and singer-songwriter. He died in July. He was on our show in 2006. He dubbed because he wrote a song with this title. So he was jokingly dubbed the handsomest man in the world. Not a bad-looking guy, by the way. He wrote the biography Ray Charles, Man and Music. He was actually one of the very early writers for Rolling Stone magazine. And with his wife, Ellen Mandel, they did tons of projects together. And it was great that they even joined not only us on this show, but when I was doing Stage Buddy Live, they came and performed for us too. So farewell to Michael Lydon. Farewell Alpha Betty Olson, 88 years old. 88 years old. She was on our show in 2009. Author, television writer. The famous story that they told in the New York Times. Mel Brooks hired her as a typist when he and Buck Henry were working on Get Smart. And then he kept her on to be a casting person and typist again when he wrote a little movie called The Producers. And as she said, it wasn't just type this. It's like the person behind the typewriter has a lot of power of saying this really, he would always turn to her and say, is this working? Is this too much? And say, Mel, with you, nothing's too much. And from the first time I heard her name was when she was working on Marshall Efron's show, The Great American Dream Machine, and Marshall Efron's Illustrated, Simplified, and Painless Sunday School. She and Marshall were on our program back in 2009, so farewell to Alpha Betty Olson. Farewell to our critic friend Ed Rubin. Ed passed of bladder cancer at age 84. He was on our show many, many times because he was a theater critic on our Tony shows that they would do. So he was on for about 10 years, a couple of times a year. A handsome guy. He was part Cherokee Indian, part Jewish. In fact, the family name was Rubenstein, and just shortened it to Reuben. He wrote for Art US, Art Hez magazine. His reviews also appeared on my website, TotalTheater.com. He had the nickname Fast Eddie because he is such a joy of life, an arts critic, a theater critic, and we miss him a lot. Oh, there's one nickname, Fast Eddie, and then Go Crazy Lenny. Comedian Lenny Schultz died this year. He was 91 years old. He was on our show in 2020. Lenny was going to be a baseball pitcher early in life, but he hurt his shoulder, so he became a gym teacher. But then he got bit by the comedy bug, went into stand-up, and he had that zany thing. And he would literally get the crowd to go like, go crazy, Lenny, and he would just do more and more zany physical comedy, being Lenny Schultz. And he was actually very influential to people like Robin Williams and Gallagher and so forth. If you watch Laughing, you also saw him, and Carson and Merv Griffin. Rabbi Saul mentioned the passing of Jill Sobule, the singer-songwriter. She died in May in an awful way. She was staying with friends while she was on tour, and the house caught fire, and she was trapped. And she was 66 years old, born to a Jewish family in Denver, and just fine singer-songwriter. Get her album. She isn't, she's known for a couple of songs that were breakout indie hits, like I Kissed a Girl, not the Katy Perry one, Supermodel, Mexican Wrestler. You gotta get her albums. Some of them are terrific. Pink Pearl, Underdog Victorious, California Years, and she was riding the wave towards the end of her shortened life with an off-Broadway hit musical that she starred in called Fuck Seventh Grade. And she, they did it at the Public. It was a hit. They brought it back. They brought it back again. So cut off still in her prime, the late very fine Jill Sobule. And last but certainly not least, Stacy Widowitz, who made it to 69 years old. Pancreatic cancer took him. Songwriter, he wrote She's Like the Wind with actor Patrick Swayze for a little movie that Swayze was in called Dirty Dancing. Widowitz also wrote the theme. I don't even remember asking him this. He wrote the theme for the Richard Simmons show. Wow. And he was a professional photographer as well. So farewell to Stacy Widowitz and all the folks who joined us over the years in the Daverhood. Thank goodness many, many, many of them are still alive and still well and still with us. And one of those, and one of our very, very favorites, is about to join us now in the Daverhood. He is, speaking of theater, Charles Gross. He is the long time producer and co-host of the show Two on the Aisle. In fact, Leslie Gross was our first guest this evening. She is the current co-host of Two on the Aisle. Charlie started the thing with our friend Jeff Goodman, whom we just talked to a couple of minutes ago. So, Charlie, good evening, all dressed for the occasion. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year! How are you, Dave?
L'chaim to you. Drinking up.
L'chaim. But by the way, I think you mean Leslie Hoban Blake. Is my co-host. You said Leslie Gross. And I can understand why people would think we're married because we fight like an old married couple on the air.
But hey, speaking of family, you are married to the wonderful Margie, and you have two wonderful kids. So how is your family how are they doing?
Thank God they are well. Margie is retired. She was a medical doctor and internist. She is, well, I should say she's semi-retired.
Oh, okay.
In that she
people say I'm semi-retarded, so it's kind of close. Yeah.
Well, I won't get into that, but she is seeing certain patients. She, occasionally will act as a consultant. So we'll see. And once this was an exciting year for us because after 32 years of living in the same apartment since we were first married, we moved. And I'm gonna just shut down my time. This is my corner of Times Square, which I thought would be very appropriate. But I'm gonna just shut that off. You can see it's kind of we have a nice terrace and a view of Broadway. Of course, it's up in the upper
are
west
the
side.
70s or where what?
A little higher, more like the 90s to 100s. In that area. Let me bring back the proper atmosphere. There we go.
Yeah.
And so it was. I can't say moving was a pleasant experience, but we're here. We're still getting the boxes. We still got a whole bunch of boxes in the apartment, but hopefully, when we do this in a year, we will be totally unpacked. And yes. But in the meantime, I am here tonight to help you. Oh, you can't see the bell.
You may have to, maybe go back to your actual location so I can see the. We're going to ring in the new year. There you go. Okay.
Ring in hold on. Upside down. Ring in.
I hate to tell you, Charlie. Steve the Whistler was on our program earlier. You couldn't hear his whistle, and we can't hear your bell. It's silented. It won't. This Zoom won't take music. So
last year I tried to blow a shofar, which is the original New Year's Eve horn. That is a ram's horn that you blow on the Jewish New Year, and it's probably inspiration for the noisemakers we blow on New Year's Eve. You couldn't hear that either, but it's actually a very nice. I think it's brass. This is from San Francisco. It's meant to emulate the ringing of a trolley bell.
Well, actually, let me try something. Bring the bell back. I just want to try something. Ring it while I'm singing or something. La. No.
Oh, that is a shame.
Well, but for deaf people who are enjoying the program, that was really great. There
you go. Is that your beautiful wife I see in the background?
Yes, momentarily. She's trying to stay out of frame. She never wants to be on camera. But that's Joyce, of course, my beautiful, wonderful.
Hello, Joyce.
Hey, Charlie, how are you?
Good. It's good not to see you. So
Speaking of
I'm not
seeing
sure.
things, because we have a couple of minutes and then we have to do the countdown, and you'll stay, I hope, with us for that.
Of
And of course, we
course.
want to bring Margie and the kids on. I don't know if they're there, but
Margie is actually up on the roof
ooh.
To see if she can see the fireworks in Central Park. I don't quite know if she'll be able to. And she's actually on a Zoom. What happened was I normally am at a friend's house for New Year's Eve party. Unfortunately, he and his wife got sick, so the party was canceled. So we decided to have a Zoom party.
Yeah.
Aw.
And
Nice.
yeah.
Cool. But very quickly, what are one or two of the best shows, and you got the posters back, that you
Sure.
saw on or off Broadway this past year?
There were several good shows that I saw. First of all, Ragtime. This is the second revival of Ragtime, the third time it's been on Broadway.
Mhm.
And this is based on the book by E.L. Doctorow. The original production starred Audra McDonald and Brian Stokes Mitchell. This production is a little short on scenery, but very long on cast members. It's a huge cast. It's a huge orchestra. It's being done at Lincoln Center. And Ragtime is an incredibly good musical, and this is a wonderful production. This is if you see only one show this year.
I've got to tell you, Charlie, we've had 3 critics on. We've had a couple of critics. All 3 of them mentioned Ragtime as being like, yeah, that was one of the big, great not surprises, but one of the big, great must-sees of this season. What else is another one for you?
Well, this was a revival of Stephen Schwartz's The Baker's Wife. Now, Stephen Schwartz in the 70s had 3 major hits. He had The Magic Show, he had Pippin, he had Godspell, but this was a big flop. But like Merrily We Roll Along, it developed a cult following, and they've tried to redo it over the years. And they finally, this year, I think they succeeded. This had Scott Bakula. It was at off-Broadway. It was a limited run, but I am hoping that it will make a return. It's been a mixed year for Stephen Schwartz. On the one hand, the movie Wicked did quite well, and Wicked, the Broadway musical, has been running for over 20 years. And now he has...
But was he was Queen of Versailles, right? Or
yes, his first Broadway musical since Wicked, starring Kristen Chenoweth, who was Wicked's original Glinda, a financial and artistic flop. I kind of enjoyed it to an extent. Miriam, do you want to come and say hello to Dave's people?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I can see the little numbers.
My daughter Miriam, who is getting ready to go up on the very cold roof. There she is.
Well, Charlie, do you want to bring your thing to because I don't want to deprive you. Should be with your family at the ball drop. I don't want to keep you.
We're not going to the ball drop. Oh. We're far too New York for that.
Yes, New Yorkers do not go to Times Square. I mean, there was a time where you could go and just go and enjoy. Now it's become this big convoluted, and you have to stand for hours, and it's freezing outside.
Not worth it.
So,
well, we're a minute and a half away from the. I'm calling it the ball drop. We're actually going to be dropping our plumbus. And then Baby New Year, our baby Papito, little.
There you go.
So Plumbus is up here now at the moment, and we're a minute. Bring your daughter back. And where's the Margie's up there? I missed that.
She's going to go see it if she can see the fireworks.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That are there.
Okay, we're 120.
So what else? I could tell you a little more. Oh, what is going on?
Pick one more show, and then we'll just be counting. Yeah.
Well, there is one that was at the Public Theater called Initiative. This was a 5-hour show. 5 hours. Wow.
And worth every minute? Yeah.
It was high school students going through love, sex, drugs, and redemption and healing through Dungeons and Dragons. And again, a very long show, but like their adaptation of Great Gatsby last year, which was also like 5 or 6 hours, it was amazingly good.
Well, it is amazingly good to have Charlie Gross with us in the neighborhood and my wonderful and darling and adorable wife as we count down from 30 seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, 29, 28. The plumbus is here. 24, 23, 22, 21, 20. It's not quite accurate. 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7,
7, 6,
6,
5,
5,
4,
4, 3,
3, 2, 1.
Happy New Year! Happy New Year! Baby New Year potato. Happy New Year, Charlie. Yes, yes. Gotta put these on. Happy New Year.
There we go.
Hold on. I gotta give my wife a kiss. Stay there, Charlie. Don't go away.
All right.
It's time for
Not going to be able to hear this, but you can imagine.
Sorry, we're just...
And maybe in 2026, Zoom will find a way to get proper sounds transmitted.
That would be... Oh, this looks even better on the top of my head. This is great.
There you go. It's like a retro Hal Prince look.
That's a theater joke that everybody can get. Oh, Charlie, happy. Thank you for being with us for the, helping us count down our year and our old year and into our new year. Let me ask you, before I let you go, though, you've lived in New York for years and years. You were raised in New Jersey, but now you're still living there. Are you worried? Has New York gotten better, worse? You've chosen to stay, as opposed to, I don't know, going to the hinterland somewhere. Why? I mean, what is it about New York, even as they're saying tough times might be ahead and so forth?
I am definitely concerned about what might be ahead. I'll tell you, Dave, it was not my plan to stay in the city. But I figured I'd move to the city, meet a nice girl, move back to New Jersey. Didn't quite happen that way. I think it was a matter of convenience. Certainly in that both my wife and I had jobs here in Manhattan. And of course, I had my evening job as a theater critic. So that made it very convenient to be here. The proximity to a wonderful, wonderful caregiver we had for our children. The proximity we had to my wife's parents, who also live in Manhattan. And my sister, who had two boys that are roughly the same age as my girls. So the kids had their cousins, and they're all very, very close. Even today, they're all adults. Yeah. So all those factors mixed in,
and no regrets. I think you're pretty happy even now living in New York.
But for the most part, I mean, there are times I certainly would have liked to have had a basement and a backyard and a garage, and a driveway. That certainly I would have been nice. I think had we had the suburbs, each of my girls would have had their own room instead of having to share. But all in all, the city has worked out very nicely for us.
Well, I hope.
And I am praying it will continue to do some. There are, as you know, as we speak, there are some major changes happening. I am extremely concerned about them, but we are hoping for the best.
Oh, as Mel Brooks would say, and you know this, hope for the best, expect the worst. So, Charlie, though, we always get the best from you. I wish you and Margie and the kids health, happiness, good things in, I'm going to say in this year, in this brand new 3-minute-old year. Love to all of you. Thank you so much. I'll certainly get you on our Tony show when we do that.
I'm looking forward to it.
All good things, Charlie. Thanks so much for being with us.
And congratulations, you had your 1,000th show this year?
We did 1,000 shows. It was in September.
This is one of the few times you can actually talk to Charlie because it's not on show.
Yeah, right. We should do more of these because we got Saturday mornings. You can be
by all means.
Charlie, thanks so much.
My pleasure. Happy New Year, David.
You too, my man. All righty, ladies and gentlemen, Charles Gross. So many wonderful, wonderful people in the Daverhood. Joining us on the Dave's Gone By Facebookio, Podcastio, Programmio of the Stream, with me, Dave Lefkowitz, my wonderful, amazing, and so supportive and patient and loving and great wife, Joyce. This is the only episode of the year that I'll actually mention her name, Joyce. I love you, because everybody else did, so it's like at this point, the cat's out of the bag.
People call me my name, your friends than you. That's okay.
So, but don't go away. I know. We've dropped the plumbus. We've had Baby New Year make his appearance.
Baby New Year.
Baby New Year is Baby New Year. He's not wearing his hat very well. He doesn't really get the idea of hats. There we go. He's very cute though. There is a beautiful papito, little potato. Our long lost and beloved.
Do you want to squeeze your chickens for the new year?
Oh, sure. Let me just hold up my cock here and give him a. Oh, God.
You have the other one too.
Oh, stereo. This is the noisemaker we get hearing. Happy New Year! God, yes. This is why we left these in New York and didn't take them with us to Maryland.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah.
So, folks, we have a bit more to do. Actually, a significant amount more to do on this special episode of the Dave's Gone By show.
Where did I put your phone?
Oh, I've got it. Here,
Oh,
we did the countdown with it.
Oh.
Yeah. So, more guests. A lot of these pre-recorded now because I wanted to get them on and they weren't available during the live program. But we're still live, and we're gonna share the screen because some wonderful and important people in my life and the life of this show. Oh.
What?
Thought I heard.
Fireworks, yeah.
Yeah.
I've been hearing them on for the last 10, 15 minutes, yeah.
Well, you know, I'm so in love with the sound of my own voice. I don't hear, suddenly I hear it. I take a breath and suddenly I hear it. Ooh.
You're talking to your friends. It's nice because you never get to talk to Charlie.
Yeah, no, right? So many wonderful people and more to come. Let's get more people in the Daverhood as we continue our New Year's extravaganza. Happy 2026. So coming up, let's see who. Oh yeah. Let's get some family back because we have my cousin Adam. Gotta have my mom, my beloved mother Brenda Lefkowitz. We just taped this about 3 hours ago. So it's fresh and ready for broadcast. So I've got to let's see, share my screen to bring that up. Where's my share? Oh, how come there it is. I'm gonna make this wide enough to share screen. I'll do it. And then here, we'll open this up. Takes a moment. It only takes a moment. Here is my mom ushering in the new year. On the Daverhood New Year's special at the very, very tail end of 2025, I'm with someone who saw me, or who knew about me even before I was born. Who actually carried me around for like 9 months. It's my amazing, wonderful mother. Hello, Mother Brenda Lefkowitz. How are you?
Hi, Dave. So nice to see you. I'm so glad you're here. And with your lovely wife, Joyce. And happy, healthy New Year to you always, and to Joyce, and to everyone in good health.
In good health. And we're actually in Mom's kitchen. This is the kitchen that I lived in since 1976. Up until I got married and flew the coop and flew the roost. So first of all, I want to ask you, in terms of, you've been watching TV. So what have you discovered this year in terms of TV?
I discovered on cable TV, it's the Hallmark Channel. There were like 3 of them. And whenever I watch them, I find that I'm smiling. And they have wonderful endings. They're all good endings.
Happy ending. You like happy?
Endings.
Yeah.
If a program doesn't have a happy ending, I never watch it again.
Understand that I was a film student many, many years ago and a film, cineast and all that. And I used to tussle with you about that because I wanted dark and miserable and unhappy, grim, lifelike endings. And as I get older, I don't want to watch things that are violent or terribly sad or the person dies at the end. I'm old now. But you were like this in your 20s and 30s. This isn't just a sudden thing. You always,
I don't like nastiness. I don't like fighting and shooting. No.
Yeah, it's just happy things, especially since life has been so whatever. Why not?
Yeah.
And I do want to tell the story. I want you to tell the story, but you don't remember it, apparently, because you used to tell me this every year, that when I was a child, there was one time on New Year's Eve, and, you couldn't let me, I wouldn't stay up until, whatever, I'd be a wreck the next day, and wouldn't have, so you put me to bed at like 8 or 9 o'clock, a little child, not 27, and I told, wake me up, just wake me up like 5 minutes to midnight, so that I see the ball drop, it's the new year, I'm up for the new year. So I went to sleep, you go to wake me up, And apparently, allegedly, except now it may not even be true because you've forgotten it.
I forgot it.
And I punched you. I was like out of it. I was like, and I don't think I hurt you or anything, but.
I never tried it again.
No, there you go. How do you know? You don't remember anything at once.
That's true too. Thank you for reminding me that I don't remember things.
Well, hey, as I get older, I'm like, yeah, yesterday, did I do this? When did I do? Yeah, it happens. It's going. It's going. But thank God I'm all right, and thank God you're all right. My beloved and wonderful mother, Brenda Lefkowitz, happy New Year. I love you.
I love you too. And just be well and happy with your lovely wife. And I'll speak to you later.
As soon as we get off the camera, we're going to eat together. So, all right, more of the show coming at you right after this. So there we are. That is my mom. She doesn't want to get on camera. She never does. Nor does my aunt. But she also has chimed in. We actually have both aunts, which is a wonderful thing. So let's see them. This is my Aunt Bonnie. She is my late father's sister, Bonnie Pinkow. Quite a big family that she's got around her that she's going to be talking about with us here in the Daverhood. Here's Bonnie. On the Dave's Gone By New Year's special, very delighted to be talking to a very special relative of mine, my beloved Aunt Bonnie Pinkow, who's been with us on the show many, many times and been with me in my life many, many times before that. First of all, love you, Aunt Bonnie. How are you?
Love you too. I am just fine. Love Joyce. I miss you that you're not around very much. But all is good here. I'm just fine.
Good. So tell us about your children and your grandchildren. What's new?
Adam, my doorbell just rang. Your timing and my timing is great.
We can do a do-over. Do you want to get the door?
No, it's fine. I got the doorbell. She's coming in. Let's see. Adam and Marnie. Weiler is a junior in high school and just learning to drive. Avery is in 5th grade. Oh, my God. And doing well. Everything is good there. They were in Arizona last week, but they're home now. Stephanie and Adam. Logan has applied to colleges and has, thank God, got accepted into every college, but where she's going to go, I don't know.
All right.
But she got all acceptances. And Dylan is a freshman at high school. And Connor is also in 5th grade. All of them, thank God, are doing well and healthy and strong. And then Josh and Dana have a 4.5-year-old Luke, who I spent the day with today, and are expecting another baby in March.
Oh, boy.
So, all good. All good.
I mean, this year was so miserable that to hear somebody say all good is all good to hear. So I'm going to, little monkey wrench here, Bonnie. What was the favorite movie or TV series that you saw this past year?
David, I haven't been to a movie. Oh, Downton Abbey. I like that one.
Yeah.
And TV show, I couldn't even tell you.
Oh.
Yeah, there are some I like. I watch all the NCISs, and
okay.
Okay. I don't know.
All right. I'm just curious, Aunt Bonnie. Well, love you. Very glad you sound great, and it sounds like the family, thank God, is doing great. So, wishing you a most happy and healthy, of course, New Year, a great 2026 ahead. And give our love, please.
And send my love, and I'm looking forward to seeing you, and hope all is well.
Thank you. See you soon, Bonnie.
Good. Happy and healthy. Happy and healthy.
You too. Happy New Year. Bye-bye.
Happy New Year. Bye-bye.
So Bonnie Pinkow, that's one of my aunts. And wouldn't you know, and thank goodness I have another aunt as well on my mother's side, my mother's sister. She is Esther Brower, and I was able to talk to her and her lovely daughter, Debra O'Brien. Her husband, he's a little under the weather. He didn't want to be on. Well, she's under the weather, actually. But here's my aunt and her daughter, Esther and Debra. On the Daverhood New Year special, ending 2025, what a joy, what a thrill it is to have my aunt and her daughter on the show. It's my beloved Aunt Esther and my equally beloved, her daughter Debra. Debra, Esther is the one with memory problems. I'm forgetting your last name. I know it's Irish. What is it? O'Brien. I know it was an O something. I was like, oh my God, oh dear, oh no. But no, it's O'Brien. So, and there's a dog in there somewhere. What is the dog? Which dog is this?
The Pomeranian. It's the only one we have.
Is it, what's the name of your palm?
She's lazy.
Oh, so Debra, let me start with you. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm caring for the 14-year-old Pomeranian named Lacey who just had hip surgery.
Well, at least you didn't have to have it. Yeah, so, and do you have a cold? Did you mention that? Yeah, so.
Yeah, Joe gave it to me. He had the flu and he gave me something, so. Yeah.
Well, how was your year, Deb? How you have kids, so how are they doing? How are you doing?
Good. Joe's 19, Alex is 22, and they're doing their thing and working and whatever, and I'm home with the dog and grandma, and, life.
Yeah, exactly. So, was there anything really wonderful or good that happened to you guys, Deb and Bobby and Alex and Joey, in 2025?
Joe got a motorcycle.
Okay. Wow.
That was a goal he had, and he achieved it, and he now rides a motorcycle, so, yeah.
So he's cool. He's one of the cool kids now. This is good. As long as he's safe.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Let me ask you, Auntie Esther, have you ever, to your memory, did you ever get on a motorcycle?
No, and that I remember.
You would remember.
I've gotten on a bicycle.
This is good. This is. Now, Esther, how was your year overall?
It was fine.
Good.
I had cataract surgery. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I had cataract surgery.
So how are your eyeballs? How you doing?
Very good, thank goodness. As a matter of fact, it's very clear.
Your brain, not so much, but the eyes are...
Just audio and not video.
Are you literally looking into the phone and showing me your eyes right now? It's not helpful.
Yes. Just saying.
Oh, my gosh. Well, guys, it's wonderful to hear from you all. I just wanted to get your voices on here and to because it's so important to have family and to connect, particularly around the holidays. So I want to send my love to all of you. My wife does as well.
I was just going to ask you, how's Joyce?
She's doing all right. It's been a year, but she's doing okay.
What do you mean it's been a year? A year what?
It's been the year 2025. It has not been...
When you said that, it sounded like something was wrong with her, and then life is life.
Yeah, of course there's something wrong with her. She's married to me.
Well, that's true. David, how long are you married now? Don't say too long.
No, I wouldn't make that... She's sleeping behind me. No, I can't make that joke. But no, it's not true. We've been married 26 years and together 28, if you can believe it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's an awful long time.
Please don't say with an emphasis on the awful. No, it's been...
No, God bless you both. Personally, when you were single, I thought you'd never get married. And wow, that was pretty good. You shocked me.
Yeah. I've been married almost as long as I've been single in this life already. I'm 61, and I'm coming up on...
61 already?
Yeah.
Holy shit. I'm only 45. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Shut up, David.
Well, you guys keep it up too. I love you all.
Same here, dear.
Be happy, be healthy. Have a fine 2026. Love to you.
And a Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Okay. Thanks, guys.
Love you guys.
See you soon.
Bye-bye.
So there, we have a lot of family and joyful family. My cousin Adam Glass. We had my mom. We had my two aunts, Bonnie Pinkow and Esther Brower, and Debra O'Brien as a special throw in there as well. But we still have more friends of the Daverhood. So many cool people who've been on this program over the years that we are, delighted to bring back on our special New Year's show on this. Now it's January 1st, 2026. The show started a year ago, 2.5 hours ago, because it's 12:20 in the morning, going on a little bit more of the program because we've got more wonderful people. For example, we had a bunch of theater critics today. We've had Eva Heinemann and Leslie Hoban Blake and Charlie Gross and Iris Dorbian. These marvelous, thoughtful theater people. Here's another one. You certainly know him from recent years of Dave's Gone By, where he participated in our Today, Yesterday quizzes that we did for a couple of years. Also, he's on our Tony shows. You know it. Of course it is. David Sheward, indeed. Let's open this in the way that you showed me here.
The goat of the quiz.
Let's throw to the videotape and the quiz. No quiz here, just questions about his...
Goat.
The goat.
Greatest of all time on the quiz.
Yeah.
He won the most last year.
Yeah, he was the one. He didn't always win, but most of the time, David Sheward would beat all comers when it came to our trivia. And it wasn't just about theater. It was like pretty much anything. He would run the table.
Very smart man.
Yeah. And you'll see that even here as well as we talk to David Sheward in the Daverhood. On this New Year's Eve celebration in the Daverhood, I celebrate the fact that I've been friends with this man for quite a while now. He is a theater critic who writes for TheaterLife.com, CulturalDaily.com, and most importantly, my own TotalTheater.com. He is David Sheward. He's written a book about George C. Scott. He also has his own blog called The David Desk. And he's keeping busy, even though he's retired from teaching, but still seeing theater and doing other stuff. How are you, Dave?
All right. How are you, David? Happy New Year.
Happy, in a few minutes, New Year to you, too.
And Happy New Year to everybody watching.
And what was the best thing that happened to you, would you say, this year?
Oh, the best thing that happened to me? Well, let's see. Well, I retired last year. I mean, in 2024. The best thing, I guess, was discovering my own time and what I can do with it, and that I don't have to work and drive myself crazy for a living, and I can just relax and enjoy life, as they say.
And yet, I shouldn't say and yet, and even so, you are still seeing dozens and dozens and dozens of Broadway and off-Broadway shows per year, which is a labor of love, but you're also, because you need to. So, what are the couple of best shows you saw this whole past year?
Oh, let me see. Well, I really enjoyed the revival of Ragtime, which is at Lincoln Center and has extended into the spring.
Oh, wow.
It wasn't radically different than the original, but it's an excellent production with an excellent cast. Cassie Levy, Joshua Henry, Ben Levi Ross, I think his name is, who plays the son on Elsbeth, is very good. It's Nichelle Lewis, who plays the Audra McDonald role, and it's directed by Lear de Bossonnet, the new artistic director of Lincoln Center. And it was just a very exciting, really, really wonderful production.
Oh, great. What is it? I'll stop you there, because what is it about so many musicals now that they flop originally or come close to it, and then it takes a few years, and then merrily we roll along? What is it?
Well, Ragtime didn't exactly flop. I mean, it did win a couple of awards as Best Musical, but the original producer, Garth Dobrinsky, kind of cooked the books and had some trouble with, did some illegal things, which he did again when he came back with Paradise Square.
Yeah.
So it wasn't that show was not a flop, really. I mean,
I mean financially. I didn't mean certainly critically. It was not. The audiences didn't like it.
It depends. You know, like Merrily We Roll Along, there were problems with the book and the format, and the original production was kind of weird and strange, and I think it finally took. The score is so beloved that people eventually. And it just found the right time and the right cast and the right director and the right time to appreciate it. Like Chess, when Chess opened originally in 1988, it did not do too well, but the score lived on. And the current production is the book is still cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. It's still crazy. The book is still crazy. It's still nuts. But the score is so beautiful that it's exciting to listen to it and to see it. And people kind of appreciate the good points of it.
And it's selling $1 million a week. I mean, the score was there 25 or whatever years ago.
Yes.
So it's just sometimes time. But I don't want to take too much of your time with that because I want you to tell me one or two other great shows that you saw.
Little Bear Ridge Road by Samuel Hunter, which recently closed at the booth, which closed earlier than was originally anticipated. But I thought was a very brilliantly acted, brilliantly written play. The playwright Samuel Hunter. It was his Broadway debut. He's had many plays done off Broadway, and they like The Whale, which became an Oscar-winning film. A lot of his films are about lonely people in Idaho. That's basically the theme.
Okay.
I'm in Idaho, and I'm lonely because he's from Idaho, and you would think that it's the same thing over and over again, but each of his plays are about individual people struggling with loneliness and struggling with trying to connect with people. Some of them are gay, some of them are not. And it was just a very beautifully performed piece by Micah Stock and Laurie Metcalf, who is coming back next year in Death of a Salesman, which I'm really looking forward to with Nathan Lane.
Wow. And one more. Do you have an off-Broadway show that rocked the world?
Well, let me see. There was a show called Well, I'll Let You Go, which was in Brooklyn. And I think the player's name was Bubba Weller, who's also an actor. It was a very moving play with Quincy Tyler Bernstein about a woman whose husband passes away and how she deals with it and grief. And it was really very moving, very simple and not elaborately staged, but it was just a very, very honest depiction of people going through grief, and it was quite moving.
Now, speaking of moving,
well, I'll let you go.
Well, before we let you go, David, speaking of moving, did you go anywhere cool this year?
I went to
travel. Yeah.
I went to Mexico with my husband Jerry. We were celebrating his birthday, and we stayed with friends in Mexico City. And in Malinalco, which is a small town, a couple hours outside of Mexico City where they have a house. We had a very nice time. I also went on a cruise with my brother of Bermuda, which was fun. Originally, it's interesting. The cruise was originally supposed to be an old classic movie cruise hosted by this guy, Steve Hayes, who has a YouTube channel called Tired Old Queen at the Movies, where he talks about old movies. And it was going to be this cruise where we would watch old movies and we talk about them, but not enough people signed up. So he said, no, we can't do it. But the cruise that he had, booked on was still going, and I had already paid for it. And I said to my brother, well, why don't we just go anyway? So I watched old movies in our cabin when we weren't, on the beach and everything. And it was really a very nice, fun time.
Well, yeah, Bermuda and Mexico, and you can get kidnapped in either place. So that's a great thing. Well, David Sheward, I really just want to wish you another wonderful year of retirement, more travels, much, much more theater, of course, and good times with your husband and with everyone else. Thank you. Have a great one. Thanks, David.
Yes, Happy New Year.
David Sheward in the Daverhood, one of the many, many wonderful people who've been on this program today because they've been on the show before and we consider them longtime friends. A lot of these friends, like David, I knew even before I was podcasting, so that's kind of nice to be reconnecting. It's one of the great things about the New Year and holidays and things like that. It's about, hey, this is someone that I don't necessarily talk to every week or every month on the phone or do lunch with, but yeah, I like this person. How are they doing? And for a few minutes, just saying, hey, I'm glad some good things have been happening in your life. And let's keep it going. Let's keep it moving forward with more guests in the Daverhood. For example, let's see who else. Let's keep it theatrical for a moment. So here is a beloved Chicago figure, the co-creator of Late Night Catechism and a bunch of other nun-related shows that she's now sort of branding in a whole new and better way. She's Vicki Quade. You know her from our quizzes. You also know her just from being a wonderful friend of the Daverhood. All the way from Chicagoland, here's Vicki. Here on our New Year's Eve program, we are so thrilled to go all the way to Chicagoland to bring back one of our favorite people in the universe. She is Vicki Quade, the co-creator of Late Night Catechism, which, by the way, she now owns the trademark for, which means that when you... Oh, can you explain what it means to you and for your brand?
Oh, sure. My company is Nuns for Fun Entertainment. First of all, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, too. Of course, Happy New Year to you,
Happy
Vicki. We love
New Year
you.
to you. Exactly. Yes, this coming year, actually, what I'm going to be doing is promoting my new Nuns for Fun Late Night Catechism series. So way back in 2019, my company, under Nuns for Fun, acquired the trademark to Late Night Catechism. And because of that, I'm now, you say, well, that was 6 years ago. Well, COVID hit. And I wasn't thinking about rebranding my shows. I was only thinking about surviving the COVID. And now that I am survived and my trademark has been reaffirmed by the government, my trademark lawyer said, it's time for you to rebrand everything. So I had all my logos redesigned, and they look great. And it's going to help promoting the shows that I have, so that people are like, oh yeah, she wrote that show, Late Night Catechism, and now she's got all these other shows.
Such as? Remind us.
I've got Bible Bingo. I have a whole bingo series: Christmas Bingo, Easter Bunny Bingo, Holy Ghost Bingo. This year I was doing a show here in the Chicago area, and they said, we want you to come back in February. We've got some time available. What do you got? And I said, well, it's Valentine's, so let's do, and I just said, let's do Be My Valentine Bingo. And they're like, love it. So my designer did a logo for that, and we'll do the world premiere here in the Chicago area, and then be promoting that available for the rest of the country.
And you also have the Divine stand-up comedy show. But are you always a nun in all these, or just a Catholic person? Oh, no, you're not. You're not.
No, I'm usually not a nun. I have a new stand-up show that's called An Evening of Divine Comedy, where it's just me, Vicki Quade, doing stand-up, interactive stand-up about religion and growing up Catholic and my life and trying to get people to laugh and enjoy their experiences and their memories. And that's just me. The bingo shows and my game shows, Are You Smarter Than Your 8th Grade Nun? And I have a sports version and a movie version of that. They have my character, Mrs. Mary Margaret O'Brien. So she's a former nun who heads the fundraising department at the local church, diocese, archdiocese, wherever I'm at. And that's a lot of fun. And people, the thing is, people don't need the nun character. They want the religious humor, because a lot of people, frankly, they don't remember what it was like to have nuns. They understand who the nun is and the power and the discipline that the nuns did and the teaching and all of that. But a lot of people now, they don't they don't actually know any nuns. But they
Not
like
one, none. Yeah,
that's right. But they like the religious humor, so that works in my favor.
Let me ask you. I probably didn't even ask you this since we first really met years ago when you were on the show. How religious are you in regular? Like, do you go to church? Do you do midnight mass or some kind of mass on Christmas, or is it just more, culturally Catholic the way I'm culturally Jewish?
Well, I'm definitely culturally Catholic. I like going to services when I can, but a lot of times I'm working on the weekend. So if I'm working and I'm doing a matinee, it's kind of hard to go to church on Sunday, or if I'm doing a Saturday night show. So for me, it's really more of being Catholic as much as I can participate in the services. If not, then I'm just culturally Catholic.
And speaking of getting culture and gaining experience and wisdom, one thing that we do like to ask you is because you do love to travel, and sometimes you travel internationally. This past year, it was more work-related and domestic. But what was the best, most fun trip you had traveling outside of Chicago?
Oh, my goodness. They are almost, it sounds like a cliche, but they're all great. I was in Galveston, which was really nice. I did a show down in Galveston. I've done a lot of Midwest shows. I've gone to, I went up from Chicago to Kenosha, over to Monroe, Wisconsin, and I was in Monroe when the No Kings march happened. And I felt bad that I had gone from Chicago, major city, right? It was going to be a huge outpouring here, to Kenosha, and I was going to miss the No Kings. And I get into Monroe, and it's a small town, and they had hundreds of people show up. So I joined the No Kings March there, which was great.
Which makes me want to ask one other question of Vicki, Quade, our guest in the Daverhood. Rabbi Saul Solomon asked this of Darius DeHaas a week or two ago, the singer and actor. He said, if you were asked to, if it was on your schedule, would you play at the Kennedy Center? Would you do Late Night Catechism or one of those shows? No, at the Trump.
I don't think I would.
Wow.
I'm a Chicagoan. That'll tell you a lot right there. So
enough said. So last question for Vicki. What are you looking forward to most in 2026?
Oh, goodness gracious. World peace.
Yeah, good luck. Pick something else.
I personally am looking to do, I have a lot of bookings already in 2026. I hope to be doing more and just continue to make people laugh. So it truly is a joy to be on stage and to hear that laughter. It's what really keeps you going. So I think people need it, and as long as I can do it, I'm right there. So,
well, we are thrilled as always to have Vicki Quade right there with us in the Daverhood. Much more success, much more bingo and stand-up comedy and nunnery and funnery with Vicki Quade for you in 2026. Thanks so much for being with us.
Happy New Year.
Wonderful, delightful, terrific people joining us in the Daverhood on this New Year's special. We started this show last year, about 2.5 hours ago, on December 31st, 2025. That's my wife chuckling in the background. And we are carrying it into the first day of 2026, January 1st, our 1014th episode of Dave's Gone By, the Daverhood New Year. Hello, 2026. What about that?
It's a supplemental version.
This is the supplemental version of last year's show. This is the addendum, the annex to the annum, if you will, and you will. So we have more guests in the Daverhood to fill out the program. We'll be here until close to 1 o'clock, I think, and then we will call it a night, and then come back at you in, actually, let me stop share just for a moment so I can do some friends of the Daverhood. And then we'll get back to 2 more beloved guests of the program and out of my life. So, but friends of the Daverhood are folks who have been on this program in months and years past, as we always say. Let's get a little music under there, a little Wolfgang Mozart, please. Oh, where is it? Here it is. Okay, that's enough. Anywho, for this week, or this coming week, because we won't be doing a show on Saturday. So Saturday, this coming, because we did a show last Saturday, we're doing this.
All those musics that went off to the public.
Oh, yeah, yeah. You want to talk about that, babe?
No, but you could have more musics to play.
I don't know if you can hear her back there, but yeah, what's kind of nice is I think all music now from 1930 on is officially public domain, which is kind of neat. Gives us more choices of things that we can play that YouTube won't quash and Facebook won't mute, and vice versa. So that is pretty neat. But friends of the Daverhood, here we go. Congratulations to our longtime friend from Utah, David Pace. He's had a very good year. His book, American Trinity, won the 15 byte. I'm sorry?
Is Mary Shen going to come on?
Oh, no, we don't have her this year. But I'm just congratulating folks who have been on this program. So David Pace's book, American Trinity, won the 15 Bytes Book Award. That's dedicated to books about Utah, which his is. Annie Golden, Jason Gra, and Maud Maggart. What, babe?
David Pace.
Yeah. Annie Golden, Jason Gra, Maud Maggart are part of Backstage Babble at 54 Below. You can see that on the 3rd. And then on the 4th, David Yazbek is doing a few cheery songs about death at 54 Below. That's this coming week. If you're in Florida, and considering the weather here out east, you might want to be, and you're in Sarasota, go to Florida Studio Theater and see Michael Tucker's play, A Tailor Near Me. Evan Seplow is the founder and editor of StageBuggy.com. Well, we talked about Vicki Quade. We saw her. David Sheward. We saw Eva Heinemann. So all these people that I always mention, we actually got to see them today. And my wife mentioned Mary Chang Barnage. She will soon be writing again about Chicago theater. She's had just a terrible almost 2 years of a health problem. And is still...
She normally sends mints.
Well, yeah, I think she's got a card or something coming for the holidays or something. But, love to Mary Shen. Also to some other great folks of the Daverhood. But, those are the ones that I wanted to mention this week. Because, there are things that... Actually, I should do next week, too, since we won't be on Saturday. So on January 10th, Quinn Lemley will be doing Rita Hayworth revealed songs on an album that she's putting out. But she's promoting it at the Triad on the 10th. And also on the 10th, Carrie Hoffman's rock opera, I'm Killing Him, is getting an industry reading at Opera America. Wow, okay. And then January 15th, that's a little further in the future. We'll save that. But those, my friends, are the friends of the Daverhood. Okay, enough Mozart. And now, back to the friends, the friends who are with us today on this episode of Dave's Gone By. We've got two more, and they're close to me and long before this podcast ever started. One of them I met in junior high school, and we kept tabs on each other ever since. He is... Well, what, babe?
You met him in kindergarten.
No. That's the guest we're saving for last. Before we get to him, we have a music lover and just an all-around great guy. He's, you know who I'm talking about. Man Mountain Stephen Fisch. Oops, no, don't want to do it that way. I got to do it with the open with, excuse me. We talked to him just a day or two ago to see how his life has been, because he's had a very, very up and down year in 2025, and he's going to tell us all about it. Stephen Fisch. on the Dave's Gone By Daverhood New Year's special, someone I've known for many, many years, all the way going back to junior high school in the late 1970s. The man who gave his name to the first band I was in, Stephen Fisch, and his fabulous Fish heads. Stephen Fisch, still here, still fabulous, and joining us tonight. How are you, Stephen?
I am okay, thank you. Thank you for having me, Dave. I'm looking forward to. I was looking forward to seeing you. In whatever way we can meet, and this is great that we can do this.
It's because as the years go by, you still have your hair. I'm so incredibly envious of the hair. That's real, folks. Unbelievable.
I have neither the hair club president nor a client.
So we have some unhappy things to talk about and some happy things to talk about too. So let's get maybe the unhappiness out of the way, and we'll get to some of the music that you've gone to see and concerts and things, because we like talking about that. But you had a pretty horrible freaking year, as did everyone I know, myself included. So. How long were you and your partner Susan together?
Almost 20 years. Almost 20 years. And then I lost her in June. It was a very, very sad. I'm sad about it, of course, and I'll be sad about it for a long time. And then 2 months prior to that, I lost my mother. So it's been that
neither was particularly unexpected, and yet at the same time they're both, wrenching, awful things. So how did you get through this year?
Well, by doing some of the things that I typically do anyway. Going to concerts, getting together with friends, and just trying and getting together with family too, and just doing the things that I do that make me happy, and doing some of those things, I wound up already, believe it or not, meeting somebody else that I'm now it's now
stealing, you dog, you.
Yeah.
I was wondering what you're doing on New Year's Eve.
Totally
You're doing her. I say, I was wondering what you were doing on New Year's Eve. You're doing her. Good for you, my friend.
Oh, yeah. I'm actually at her place right now in Lake Ronkonkoma. I'm coming to see from. It's a little bit of a trip from Howard Beach.
Wait, how did you meet her?
I met her. Both of us, like to go on YouTube and watch, or listen to live concerts or concerts from a long time ago. Yeah. There's live streams, and on these live streams you can chat, people from around the country and some of them from around the world, and so two New Yorkers happened to meet that way,
Mazel tov. I know. I mean, this is so because with all the things that befell you this year, and then to come out of the year in a happier place is quite a wonderful thing. So, do you remember the first concert you and she watched together on YouTube? You're frozen.
Not sure which particular one was the first one, because we've done that with lots of them already. But I would say it's a good bet that it was a Grateful Dead show, because we watched a lot of those and listen to a lot of those, so it was a good bet that it was one of those.
Actually, one thing before we get back to the music, I do want to flip back. First of all, you mentioned that one of the things that got you through this year was family. Is your dad still with you? I don't recall if your
He's still alive. Yeah.
So how's
he's still alive. He's now he's now. Well, he had to move out of the house, so he's now in Bristol, in Valley Street, right near with Congregation of Torah, where I was bar mitzvah from. That's in Valley Stream. And that's where Rabbi Youngrice, whose wife is the famous Rebbitzin Esther Youngrice.
Nice.
So he was the one who bar mitzvahed me, actually. So that was pretty cool. Yeah. So anyhow, his Bristol is just a short walk away from there. So.
No, and he's doing okay, because as rough a year as this was for you, I imagine it was, yeah.
Oh yeah, very much so, and but he's kind of like, he's not exactly what he used to be. He's sometimes he falls asleep a lot and all that. And it's, yeah. He's 88 years old, so it's all these things are to be expected,
And what other family do you have that kind of helped you through? You don't have brothers or sisters, right?
No, I'm the only child. So I did aunts and uncles, and I actually one uncle that's still alive. There's another uncle that's out west, and aunt, but I don't really see them. I haven't seen them in a long time. On my parents' side, but the ones on my father's side, I am in touch with. And then the cousins, so they've all been in touch with me, and some of my parents' friends have been in touch, and my own friends have been in touch, and
I mean, New Year's you start, especially around this time of year. You think about family and friends and the long-term people in your life more so than the day-to-day coming and going of people that you may sort of see casually or work with, but you go back, whom have I known for 30, 40, 50 years? Who was there when I was born, kind of thing. Or at least that's how I feel. So let me ask you, Stephen, speaking of seeing people, what are one or two of the best concerts that you went to see live?
I knew you were going to ask me about it. Well, let's really go with the main event. The main event was in August, after all this stuff was happening. I decided I really need to take a trip somewhere and go do something that I would really enjoy. And Dead and Company, which features surviving members of the Grateful Dead, right. They had their 60th anniversary, and they did a weekend in August at Golden Gate Park. So I flew out to San Francisco, and I saw the whole weekend of shows that they did. It was very nice.
I mean, it's one thing to see the remaining Grateful Dead, but to see the remaining Grateful Dead in San Francisco, I mean, that's...
Yes. Yeah, where it all began. Yes, and that was definitely not lost on me. That was in that area. While there, I also got to see a few of the landmarks. I went to the Haight-Ashbury area, and I saw the house that they lived in, 710 Ashbury.
Wow.
That was the place that they lived back in the 60s. So that was nice, and it was a great weekend.
Yeah. What's one other concert that you saw that you had a great time at this year?
Recently I went to see Yorma Kalkin had an 85th birthday celebration. Yorma from Jefferson Airplane, Hot Tuna, and so forth. He was playing at Carnegie Hall. So it's really good to see him there. So that was great. That was a great time.
And proud to say that Yorma has been on this program. So double yay for him. So last
has he? I got to hear that. Was that an interview with you or Rabbi Saul? Or?
I don't remember who did the interview. It was probably Rabbi Saul, and it was before we had video, so it would have been audio only. But it was still, we were on the radio back then. But my last question for Stephen is, do you have any concerts or trips planned for the upcoming year?
I'm sure I'll be doing some. I haven't really decided what yet. But I'm sure that I will be doing some. It's pretty much a regular thing for me. So.
I think my wife wants to say hi. So,
Hi,
my
Joyce.
darling adorable wife is waving. That the hand.
I saw the hand. I saw the hand.
So yeah, Stephen, you've been healthy, right? Things have been good. You're okay.
Yes.
Ask
Yes.
her about the concerts he's seen.
We've been there.
We did that. We did that.
How the cats are doing?
How are your cats?
Oh, the cats are great. Cats
Let's
are
see a
good.
cat. Stephen, show us your pussy. And I do mean your cat. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't have one.
Oh, because you're at the other.
I'm actually they're back home in Howard Beach, and unfortunately, my part is not that.
Right. Well, condolences, of course, for what happened, but congratulations, Stephen. You sound great. You look great. I'm so glad that you're just, making the very, very best of life, which is what it's really all about. Happy New Year, Stephen Fisch. Make it a happy one.
You as well, Dave, and you too, Joyce.
She's left the room. She can't be near me for more than a second or two without getting allergies.
Okay. That's not what I have to look forward to.
Oh, Mazel Tov, man. See you next year. Well, see you hopefully more earlier than 12 months, but certainly see you next year. Bye-bye.
Sounds great. Be well, Dave.
Bye-bye. Stephen Fisch in the Daverhood, one of my oldest friends, and as I said, since junior high school, and we are talking there for the late 1970s, and here it is, 2026. So, yeah. It's 5 to 1 already. I thought we'd be just about done with the show, but we do have one more guest in the Daverhood. Stephen Fisch is one of my oldest friends. Ozer Teitelbaum is literally my oldest friend, because as I think he's going to mention, we met in kindergarten. I don't really remember him until about 3rd or 4th grade when we became friends, but I guess we knew each other before then. He's alive, he's well, he's busy, he's Ozer, my great friend Ozer Teitelbaum. Thrilled that he can join us still all these years later on our New Year's special. Here on the Daverhood New Year's special, my oldest friend in the world. Not that he's not like 150 years old. He's my oldest friend in the world because we went to elementary school together and have.
We went to kindergarten together. You're already forgetting. See, something already happened.
Kindergarten is elementary school, isn't it?
Oh, no, it's not.
It was in the same building.
Well, there you go. It was the same neighborhood. The Daverhood, whatever you call this thing. So, yes, there you go.
There we go. Ozer Teitelbaum busting my chops as he so loves to do all these years, more than 50
I'm
years
sure
later.
all your guests love to do it, so I can't be the only one.
Yeah, but we were talking off, just before we started about movies, because, you appreciate the form of movies, even though I think you feel that a lot of modern movies are crap and not worth seeing, and that Hollywood's in real trouble. I don't know if we want to condense that or talk about that a little bit.
No, I'd like to know, what's the last movie you saw?
Last movie that I saw?
Yeah.
I watch older movies on DVD, so I'm catching up with, honest to God, Mickey Rooney in The Human Comedy. I saw that. What else? I saw Mrs. Miniver for the first time, a William Wyler film, which is sometimes it was really great and sometimes a little bit kitschy.
What year is that? What year is that?
Miniver was 40s. It was like 42 because it was urging America to defeat Germany in the war. So, but this is not my. Ozer, what movies have you seen on like DVD or in the movies this year?
I saw a movie. It was a biopic about you. It was very strange.
Yeah, how strange was it, Ozer?
How strange was it? I was the only one in the theater, and it was supposed to be a comedy, but nobody laughed because I sit there and I was completely stupefied.
Yeah. What's the name of the movie, Ozer?
It's The Daverhood.
I like the title. The title works.
Yeah, you might want to seek a little trademark infringement there.
So also it wasn't directly, but it was about me, but they used my title
Okay, we're gonna just drop that joke. It's not worth going any further on that. No.
So, what was the
yes.
best movie you saw? And it doesn't have to be from this year. I mean, it could be a movie that you decided to watch.
I can't go back and tab. I do see quite a bit. I did see One Battle After Another, which was heralded as a fantastic movie. I was not overwhelmed by it, but it was good. Good enough to watch the entirety and not want to turn it off.
Okay. Well, turn it off. Did you watch it in the movie theater or did you watch it?
No. I saw it at home. Okay. In fact, the release was so short that it was almost impossible to see it in the movie theater. So I think that's.
What was the last movie you saw in the movies?
It would be not this year. This year was exceptionally busy for me. Sure. Maybe last year. I have to think as to which one it would be. You're going to have me flat-footed there, David. Which,
sorry. No,
that's okay.
It's more than a year. So we were talking again off mic that it's not even worth seeing the movies that they're putting out there.
No, that's the difference. It's not. That's not the standard I'm applying. One, it just has been an exceptionally busy year for me, so I really didn't have the time. And the movies that I would see. They're so poorly marketed that they came and went, limited run in very small theaters, which there are plenty in some cities, but not that many. And you wouldn't hear about the release. It would come and it would go. So some of the better movies really had a very limited release, and they didn't have an option to really run for weeks, 2 weeks, and they're out. So if you don't hear about the movie until it's after it's already come and gone, what's the point? And that's the problem with Hollywood right now. The cinema is really just a loser, and they don't really know how to fix the model. And the model is getting people above 40 into the theater, and you're not going to have.
Well, that's also the problem. Hollywood has never cared enough about the over 40s. If they concentrate on the 60, 70 plus viewer, maybe.
I think I may differ with you on that. I think that there was a time when independent movies could draw an audience above 40, and it wasn't really an effort. But now that's not even the game plan. The game plan is an independent movie might get released in 10 theaters nationally. I mean, 10 theaters, what are you going to do? And you're going to generate $2 million, and then you're going to punt? I mean, there are a number of movies that were independents that didn't even have a chance to get any buzz or any particular, momentum. So if you're not going to keep it in the theater and you're generating $500,000 total gross receipts in the U.S., you're just not going to get anything. And that's the patience factor, but it's also the lure factor. While the majority of the income is under 40, over 40s used to go, but COVID broke the model. And now you're also making pretty much relatively boring movies, the bulk of which are just not even appealing to under 30. Their target audience don't really care. So when a horror movie loses money, that's just a telltale sign. Horror movies are pretty packaged to at least break even or make a little money. But there are horror movies released this year. I can't remember the names, but they're just big dogs. I mean, Al Pacino was in one, was a big dog. The number of bad, I don't want to talk about the quality, but talk about the business. The number of movies that are just not generating money is too high. And then you have the scream factor, which is, hey, I don't know if this is going to sell anyway, so I'll just make a model that's going to go straight to screen.
Well, yeah. I mean, sometimes studios will release movies just to say, hey, we've had it in theaters, and that makes it easier to market to the streamers, to other countries. It's like sometimes Broadway producers, they know they'll barely break even on Broadway or lose money, but they know, you can tour it because you can say this was a Broadway show. This was nominated for 2 Tony Awards or whatever.
I understand. The problem is it's the percentage of dogs and financially. I don't even mean the quality. The number of dogs are just too high. And the number of giant losses were just enormous this year. We talked about Snow White. That was just a disaster. And you didn't really need to spend much brain power You don't need to.
Snow White. I mean, you're not marketing it. It's you know, you're marketing that to 12-year-old girl. I mean, they have brain power, of course.
No, I'm not. You're not marketing to 12-year-olds. You're marketing to parents to take their children.
Sure.
So a parent will read the buzz, and the buzz is awful, and the movie got such bad press. Why would you spend $50, $60 taking your daughter, whatever? You won't, you know, so you have to make a film that's going to work. And when the lead actress is already offensive to the general public, you're not going to make any money. And you don't need to spend, you know, $500 million to know that. You just really have to say, well, how much am I going to bleed before I bleed more? Or should I just put a tourniquet on and cut my losses? I mean, you may remember Batgirl was a movie made, I don't know, some years ago.
Was that the Halle Berry one?
No. She was not Batgirl, I don't think.
Or Michelle, I don't know, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's Batgirl, not Catwoman, Batgirl. So it's a younger person. Batgirl was made, and it was never released. In fact, it was destroyed. They destroyed the film so that it could not be released. And it's not clear if the movie was bad. It's clear that they made a decision it was going to lose money, so they sunk their costs in the production, but they were going to have to do, as you know, twice as much on marketing. And they said, this is not going to work. Interesting, they chose not to release it on streaming at some point. They just said, let's destroy it so it never will be released.
I don't know if there's no negatives anymore. They destroyed the digital file of it. There's probably some.
I only know what I read, which is the film was destroyed. That's how it was carried.
Wow.
So, I mean, I literally don't know more than that. You may be right, but I think that when it says the film was destroyed, I'm like, well, any way you slice it, they chose not to put it in the catalog, and it wasn't made a year ago or 2 years. So this is like something 5 to 10. I should remember more, but I just don't really. It's not that interesting a specific fact to remember before we talk. But that's the state of film. You know, independent films you can make a film under $10 million, and can you get 20 million back? You know, 10 in, 10 for marketing, and then you break even at 20. And then
studios aren't interested in that per se, but they don't want to spend 10 million to make 20. They want to spend
no.
200 million
You're misunderstanding what I'm saying. They don't want to get 20, but if they have a target for $10 million and they're going to spend 10 million on marketing, their break even is 20.
Yeah,
so if they spend 10, they have to have a plan to be able. I mean, you should have some thinking. Am I going to get an audience to present an income stream that's going to at least get 20 million in actual theaters? Forgetting about the streaming rights. So if you can't do that, then independent films are going to die. And I think we're seeing less and less independent films being made, which are usually adult oriented. So doesn't mean that under 30.
Those kinds of movies, there'll always be an audience for those kinds of movies.
Yes, but they're not in the theaters, my friend. Those are. And
so Oz, I've got to, unfortunately, I have to wrap this up because we've got a lot of guests on the show, but this was fun. Yes. We actually had a real conversation after all these years. We had a legitimate, interesting.
Why would you want to talk to me? I mean, God knows that. So.
This is exactly why I want to talk to you. Ozer, you sound great. I hope you're happy and healthy and having a really good year ahead. I want to wish you the most happy new year.
You too. You and your family have a wonderful 2026. Peaceful, safe, healthy, and great.
Thank you, man.
Awesome. Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Here on the Dave's Gone By Daverhood New Year program, we are now more than an hour into the New Year show, but we're closing it up. We want to wish all our pre-Midwestern thing, all our breadbasket, like Chicago area, a most happy new year. From like 8 minutes ago, you had your countdown. Still, of course, have the West Coast to do, and where my wife and I used to live in Denburg, we have the mountain time. So, yeah, lots of people are still partying, still out there, but here in visiting New York, and we're normally in Maryland, this is past our bedtime, and it is 1 hour into already 2026. Even Dick Van Dyke has nodded off. He's alive. He's 100 years old. He's doing okay. Does he have anything to say? No. Dick Van Dyke is going to sleep for the night. All the squeezable chickens are being particularly quiet because my wife is asleep in my beloved and wonderful Joyce, who without whom could not and would not do what I do every week here in the Daverhood. Plumbus is sleeping. Potato is sleeping in his little box. It's been, and even here's Baby New Year. How's Baby New Year doing? Baby New Year, he's okay. He's all right. So let's close out the year, close out the show, begin the new year, and end the old one in quiet but very, very grateful fashion. On a personal note, although again, unable to really talk about some of the stuff that happened this year personally, it was not a good year in a lot of ways, although it got better towards the end. Not gonna, we have a friend who's very sick. We have lost some family members. It's just been rotten. And then, of course, politically, there's everything that's going on, and not excited, as so many of my guests were today, about what might await New York with a new mayor, even though we're in Baltimore, so sheltered from that, but still. However, as Rabbi Saul said in his rabbinical reflection, we survived, right? Of all the things that happened in 2025, if you are listening to the sound of my voice now, on January 1st, 2026, that means you made it. You made it through, right? And well enough that instead of being in an iron lung, watching your minutes tick away, you're watching me. So you're at least feeling well enough and alive enough to do that. So the fact that you don't have something better to do than to watch this show, that's questionable, but you can work that out over the next 12 months. What I do want to say is thank you to all of you watching. Remind you that davesgoneby.com is the official website for this program, where you can watch all our older episodes. We've done, as you know, well over 1,000 now. Virtually every single 99% of the shows we've done are saved there in some form. Some were radio shows, some were internet streams. These are of course video podcasts that we've been doing for 8 years now. It's all there, davesgoneby.com. We also have a channel at archive.org. By the way, I've also been going through the files on my other website, davelefkowitz.org. I hope to do more writing this year. I'm not doing a New Year's resolution. I'm trying to eat healthier a little bit, trying to be a little more active, and also trying to be, a little more creative in other endeavors besides the podcast. That's my, I'm not saying in 2026 I'm not going to do a vision board thing. It's just like, I'm going to make my best effort to do a little bit more and be a little bit better in certain areas. But one of those is I'm really cleaning up and going through the files on davelefkowitz.org. davelefkowitz.org. So if you want to read my plays, my song lyrics, interviews I've done with celebrities, all my written word stuff, right? Even my master's thesis is, I think it's up there, or some other, academic writings I've done. Check it out, davelefkowitz.org. And that and davesgoneby.com will keep you busy for hours and hours and hours in 2026 and beyond. So, wanted to get that out there. Wanted to also, again, thank the folks who made this New Year's spectacular. Those include Leslie Hoban Blake, the theater critic. Make sure to watch her on 2 on the Aisle. Actually, I better use my better list here. I gotta update it just before the show went on the air. So Leslie Hoban Blake, Iris Dorbian, make sure to get her books, including An Epiphany of Lilacs, now in its 3rd printing. Steve Herbst, the Whistler. He's going to be, at least once a year he's with that Glee Club, but he also performs and he's in contests for whistling all over the country. So thank you to Steve for being with us tonight. Eva Heinemann, remember to watch High Drama on YouTube and on Facebook, and Manhattan Neighborhood Network. Richard Shore out there in Chicago. Encourage him to do more composing, more music, and more concerts in his house. My mom, Brenda Lefkowitz, she's asleep in the other room. So great to see her and to see her doing pretty darn well. Adam Glass, my cousin, he sounds good. He looks real good, and seems like he's doing all right and really going deep within himself, and not in a dirty way. Well, maybe also in a dirty way. So love to my cousin Adam. Love to Jeff Goodman out there in Las Vegas, my old co-host, and having a pretty good life out there in Las Vegas, Jeff Goodman. Then my aunts, Esther Brower, love to her. Love to my other aunt, Bonnie Pinkow. Sending great thoughts to our Canadian friend Moshe Denburg and all the music that he's doing, and meeting his lovely partner Naomi. Yay. Want to remind you that Rabbi Sal Solomon, you can go to his website, shalomdammit.com, for much more about him, including all his rabbinical reflections, video of his stage show. His entire show was captured professionally on camera by my friend Evan Seplow, and you can watch it at shalomdammit.com, plus his, what else is on there? Oh, his TV show, Shalom Dammit, Rabbi Sal Solomon's Peace, Love, and Acid Reflux Hour, all there for your delectation, shalomdammit.com. Who else? Charlie Gross, yay! Mazel Tov on his new digs in the upper west side of Manhattan, and health and good things to him in the new year. And of course, watch Two on the Aisle with him and Leslie Hoban Blake. Vicki Quade, go see her shows out there in Chicagoland. Stephen Fisch, my good old friend, retired now, has a new girlfriend, living the good life, yay. And then David Sheward, read his theater reviews in totaltheater.com. totaltheater.com. My good friend Ozer, Teitelbaum, man of mystery and many interesting conversations. Big shout out to my oldest friend. There were friends that, have been on the show, and I didn't get on this program because I didn't want to be a 5-hour extravaganza. Nothing against them. I wish them a tremendously happy new year. If I had another hour and it was a different kind of year, I would have had more people on. Certainly, every one of our friends of the Daverhood and my family, I give great wishes to for good things and health and happiness in the new year, as I do to all of you watching at home. Remember that this episode will be archived, so if you want to hear parts of it again or missed any or all of it, you can go back and watch it on Facebook almost immediately, and then we'll have it on davesgoneby.com and archive.org within a day or two, and it will be there, God willing, for as long as we please. And is there anything else to add? No, I think we've got it. So want to let you know that we will be back brain going crazy here. We'll be back not this Saturday, but a week from this coming Saturday with the 1015th episode of the Dave's Gone By Facebookio, Podcastio, Programmio of the stream. If you want to write to me, davesgoneby@aol.com is the way to do that. davesgoneby@aol.com, or feel free to message me or post right on our Facebook page. I know there are people who are sending me messages and emojis and things during the program, which I'm just not able to read, but I'll see them. And if I don't get to give a thumbs up back, here's your thumbs up back. Good time, just last minute here. Gonna feed Potato a little bit of ketchup because he's been such a good boy, and he's bringing in, I hope, a much better year ahead. So here's Papito, little baby New Year Potato. Gonna give him a little taste of ketchup. There he goes. So, a happy start to this brand new year, 2026. I'm Dave Lefkowitz. I want to thank you so much, one more time, for joining us. Let's go out with our usual, I guess I should play Old Lang Syne, but I'm not sure if that's public domain. So instead, just going to play a song I know I have the rights to. It's called, wait, let me open my YouTube work? Why isn't it working like that? Come on. We can know. There we go. Hold on.
Good morning. Good morning.
No. That was certainly not what I wanted to play. I wanted to play our outro theme.
Days gone by. Days gone by. Days gone by.
I guess I could say good morning, because it is morning, and it's the morning of a brand new year. Make it a great one, and gone by.